Fuck. There it is.
No.
Start over. Quit the podcast. We're not doing it anymore.
Oh no. Oh my god, what happened to the screen? It's so fresh.
It's so naked.
Yeah. Defiled is gonna fucking spew all over it now.
Ew. Disgusting.
Yeah, you're so gross. Why do you always take
That's
it
what
there?
his picture would be, though.
Dude, Max, you always take it there. It's so gross.
No, that's what you. That's what you are.
How dare you?
That's what you look like right now with your white hoodie.
You know what? You're lucky that I don't have it pulled over my head. I could just do it.
Look, you were on the starting screen. Oh.
I just really like E.T. So you can tell everybody. It's like, oh yeah, it's not this, it's not that. He just likes E.T.
Who's your favorite character in E.T.?
I don't know, the dehydrated alien.
Does he have a name?
E?
What does the E stand for? Edward? Edward Thomas? Edward
No,
Thomas.
E just stands for like. It's just E stands for extra.
Extra what?
I don't know. He's
extra what?
He's terrestrial, but he's extra.
Yeah, but
extra,
what was his name?
He's from extra space.
What?
Extra space.
Yeah, but what's his name? Do you know his name, Max?
Who?
E.
I got up to get my plushie. What do you mean?
E.T. Edward Thomas from the movie E.T. What's his name?
Is it not E.T.?
Wait, E.T.? You're really talking about E.T.? Like, if he had a first name, what would it be?
No, I don't know if I've seen the movie, so I was just asking what his name was. If they named him, you know what I mean? Like, I thought maybe George.
Yeah, they named him E.T.
You guys really don't prep for this, do you? You really don't prep for this at all? If E.T. had a first name, what would it be?
No way.
What would it be? It would be extra. Extra chromosome terrestrial. That's what his name would be. He's a special terrestrial. I wasn't supposed to make jokes like that. I already did shit.
No, I told you it was fine. We were in the first minute.
Okay.
It's fine.
Child, I missed you so much. I missed you so much.
I just want to preface this. Me and Max met yesterday, and he gave me a rundown of like the only thing that I couldn't do. And then I talked to Allie this morning, and she was like, "Oh, and you also can't do this list of things." I'm like, "I did not prep for that. I needed a full night to like sleep on it and like erase those jokes from my head." So the extra chromosome jokes, they're still gonna be like very affluent throughout the whole thing, but I know what I'm not supposed to do. So.
We should probably also state out loud that Defiled Entrails' opinions are his and his alone. Although anything that we say as friends, we will still be friends. But
you all should just be able to have one baby, and that's it. And the rest of them, you know what I mean? The one baby thing, I completely agree with. Oh yeah, just one baby. You don't need two.
China.
Listen, China, like China.
China. Bad, very bad.
Terrible country. The worst country. Okay.
Worst country. No, but seriously, terrible country.
You get one baby because like unless you're a surgeon, and then you can have two. But if you're like, you know what I mean? If you're typing in stuff at an office, one baby. We don't need multiple people congesting freeways on the way to the office.
I feel attacked.
You get one. You get one. One office person.
Stuff in an office.
One bartender, one waiter. That's it. One kid.
One bartender.
That's it.
Who's gonna make all those drinks?
I'm just saying, we don't need that many bartenders. We don't need that many office people. Just the surgeons, the scientists. Okay, you know what I mean? That's fine.
Well, maybe when they're born, they should be scanned for smartness.
What I'm trying to say is, poor people are having too many kids. The poors are having too many kids. We can't have this.
Control the population control 101 with Defiled Entrails.
And then listen to me. Here we go. Bill Burr had a really good thing where you just sink cruise ships to control the population because nobody on cruise ships is like They're not people of any means. They're not like intelligent. If you're on a boat with a bunch of other people that want to be on a boat, it's gonna smell like BO. You just sink it. Just sink the whole thing, and then
Sink-
that smell. The smell doesn't have to come back to shore. You know what I mean? We
Do you
leave
think
it
that's what
out there.
happened to the Titanic? That was like the first like dip in population control.
Yeah, but that was like
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just a government test, you know. That
the
iceberg was there
submersible was a-
for no reason. Like,
the submersible was a tragedy because like that dude actually invented it, and like there's like a lot of innovation and like intelligence that went behind that. That's sad. But the people actually on it, like the idiots, Billy Zane, get Billy Zane out of here. Billy Zane deserved to go down with that Titanic.
Who's Billy Zane?
have
So
you not
in the
seen
movie
the?
Titanic, Billy Zane grabs a little kid, and he's like, they're like, okay, women and children can go on
Oh,
the
and
boat
he's like,
first.
I have a child.
Dude,
That one.
Billy Zane is me. I would do the same thing. I would pretend to have a kid.
100%.
I would steal a child, Epstein style, grab him under my arm, walk him onto the lifeboat, and be like, "Yo, this is I have a kid. This is my kid," and I would get away, and I'd laugh at all the ugly single people playing the violin as the ship goes down. That's the best. That people hate Billy Zane, but he's the best character in modern cinema of all time, in my opinion.
He's mean and abusive to Rose, but that part where he grabs the kid, he's like, please, if I was not a woman and I got that one privilege, right, I would do the same fucking thing. Like, I'm sorry, but I will trip you in a zombie apocalypse. You will go down
Wow.
before I go down. I guarantee it. And I'm
I
sorry, I
forgot.
love all of you guys.
I
I
But
forgot that he.
you're going
I
down,
forgot
down
that
in a merry-go-round or whatever they say.
I forgot that he, like, in the middle of the movie, he's like, "Shut up, Rose."
Yeah, he
That-
popped her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot that. So that
You're
part
like,
I'm not cool
I'm
with.
pro whatever this guy's name is, and you're like, oh, I forgot about all the woman abuse.
Well, yeah, because that singular moment where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal a kid to get off," and then I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he threw the kid into the water before the boat
Steal
even hit the
kid to
shore.
get off.
That's what I would do.
I
I'd be
was
like,
thinking
"Hey,
the
there's a
same
limit.
thing.
Throw the fat kid off." The Sean Connery, the schlap. I'm not down with that.
Again,
No.
one more time. The facts and opinion of defiled entrails do not reflect the opinions of me and Allie.
Oh, I'm sorry, Max. What would you do if you were on the Titanic, Max? Would you not steal a baby to try to get off?
No, I
Or are you
die.
drowning? You're gonna
I'm
grab a
drowning.
violin with the rest of the
Yeah.
idiots and be like, "Nee."
yeah.
I think that they might.
I'm going
think
down
Max
playing
has
the
to be
bass.
passable as a woman. Max,
Max, I have the worst joke ever. Max is running around. He's like, "Well, since this Titanic is full of it's filling up with gender fluid, I might as well try and get off the boat."
Max, like, I identify as she, her.
you just like you just like look over in like the corner as like the boat is sinking, and you just see me like shaving my beard off.
I
Max
gotta
is like,
get this quick, the boat's about to leave.
I identify as a child.
I'm holding you in my arms, and I'm like, please, I have a child.
With his little stumpy alligator arms or whatever he has, he's like, "Oh, these will come in handy now."
His big hands. That's a shade of red I haven't seen back in a while. Oh, that was so fucking good. Oh, fuck. I'm fucking sweating.
No, just like it caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting you to be like, Max could pass as a woman.
50 shades of whatever gender Max needs to be to get off the boat.
Like, there's no way Defiled passes as a woman. There's as
No. I'm too
Defiled
manly,
is
I'm too
either
masculine.
he's dead. He's the guy that ping pongs down when the fucking
Too-
boat tilts. That's the
Too
problem.
masculine. Yeah, right, dude. I know that I'm gonna die, so I'm gonna push like 6 chicks off of the boat. They could have. I'm gonna go to that line full of women and just just like start pushing them over. Just because I'm salty that I'm a guy and I'm gonna die. So true equality doesn't exist because if we're on a ship and it's sinking, the ladies and the ladies and the babies go first. I die. no matter what. No matter what, I'm gonna die. So I'm pushing like donkeys off this boat. Like
Donkey.
if we're on the ark, I'm taking one of each animal and I'm pushing it off so nobody can repopulate. There's no more donkeys. There's no more horses. We're done unless you're asexual and you can reproduce.
How big
unless
was
you're a
the ark?
jellyfish. I don't know.
How big was the
It was a-
ark?
It was a big book. I never got to that chapter of it.
Because it supports a lot of weight.
It was
You know what I
that's
mean?
just
Like
such a big book.
it's a book?
The
I thought it was
Bible,
a
yeah.
book.
No, the
Oh.
ark. I never got to that part of the Bible. What? There's no way you have a college degree. There's no way. I don't have a college
It's a
degree.
Catholic college. I have a bachelor's degree.
And you
from
went
St.
to
John's.
Catholic college?
I'm an atheist. I don't fucking know.
Yes, but you were probably
It was a
touched by one of the
phone.
Catholic priests, so you have the knowledge inside of you. How did?
No, but I'll tell you, one of my teachers, it was during a class called the Moral Theology of Healthcare, and I was going to school for funeral service. I had to take it.
Excuse me.
So they actually taught you in a triangle the proper way to have sex if you are a Catholic. And I had that paper for so long because it was the funniest thing I think I've like ever heard a teacher have to like teach ever. And it was just like, this is a wholesome podcast. I can't say it here, but
I'll say it.
Awesome.
it's so like you have to you pretty much
Missionary, but
like,
missionary, but like this.
no. So pretty much for a Catholic, if you give somebody a BJ, then right before you're about to jizz, you have to put it into the girl's pee-pee, and then only after that can he go down on the girl. After there's been an explosion.
That's definitely like a post.
And I wanted to throw up.
Conversation.
My teacher was a gay guy too. It was amazing. I was like, "What is this pyramid?" I'm like, "Where's all the food?" I'm not
He's a gay
interested
guy.
anymore.
He's a gay guy trying to explain this whole thing. He's like, so when
Well-
you're done with the BJ, you're gonna put it in the vagina. Ew.
And ew, right? He looked
Ew.
exactly like Topher Grace, which was the funniest fucking thing. And he'd always talk about his roommate, so that's
so
why I was
great.
kind of putting it all together. Oh my gosh. Defiled Entrails, welcome. So I'm not sure how many podcast episodes you have watched, but we start off with bullshit.
Yeah.
I
That
know.
means absolutely fucking nothing.
You guys, your podcast always starts at like 9 a.m. my time.
hmm.
So I usually don't get a chance to like type anything in. I'll usually just grab an earbud, like hit the link, and then just kind of like
Mhm.
half fall asleep, half listen. So I'm kind of like familiar with the format. Like there's no like, it's kind of like you guys are off the wall a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Just a
we've
little
almost
bit.
killed Max twice already. Max, you wanna do the intro?
Welcome back. to
Max,
Sca-
we're trying to kill you. I want you to know that. Through laughter, we're trying to kill you.
Welcome back to Scary for Pleasure, where it's podcast day, and we don't take our meds on podcast day. I'm Max,
I'm Allie.
and our special guest today
I'm autistic.
is Defiled Entrails. You want
Well-
to introduce yourself? You can
Oh,
tell
I'm
we
sorry,
haven't done this in a while.
Yeah.
Comedy is inclusive. I'm allowed to be autistic.
No,
we want to make everyone laugh.
I said introduce
No.
yourself as in like what you do, what you stream, where you stream.
Oh.
Not on the private site though.
Oh yeah, no. I do show my taint on OnlyFans sometimes. They actually
Mhm.
they pay me to stay off of OnlyFans because I have a really weird looking gooch.
Goose?
Like my
Gooch.
landing strip, as they
Oh!
say.
Fuck's
I'm
sake.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to use medical terms because I'm from the medical community.
I'm
my
sorry.
my little landing strip, they don't want me showing that on OnlyFans. So I do a comedy podcast on Spotify and Apple, just to make people laugh. It makes a lot of people upset, but I just want to make people laugh. Those are my intentions. Okay, I know that like comedy's a big don't say this thing, but I don't know. I just want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
If you're upset, I don't know. That's an internal thing. If you get upset, you gotta look inward. Not my fault. But yeah, I do comedy on Spotify and Apple, and then I stream sometimes.
Yep.
First met you, you raided my best friend Katie, probably nervous. I think she was
Yes.
playing Subnautica? Something like that.
Subnautica.
Subnautica.
We rated her, and she was playing Subnautica, and then she rated Newsy, I think, and then Newsy was doing some kind of like tiered fast food, or it was like fast food tiers, and then I was just like enamored with the community, and I just stayed. And it's been like 2 years, I think, year and a half.
I remember saying to you, I really liked your name. I'm like, Defiled Entrails. That's fucking metal.
Wait a minute, that was during the pandemic. I think it's been like almost
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, I mean, we actually, one of the
Holy
first
shit.
things I knew about you is that we actually started streaming at the same time.
Yeah.
I think May or June of this year is my 3-year anniversary. Somewhere around there. I
Nice.
think that's around the same for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, like literally when that Resident Evil with the
Mhm.
dumb werewolves came out, that's exactly when I started streaming.
Resident Evil 8, is that the one
Yeah.
with the dumb werewolves? Yeah. What's actually really cool about your community is that you do something that I haven't seen any other streamer do, which is you give the right to do like shout outs and like have free control to like anybody on your chat. What made you decide to do that? Were you like nervous about like giving that kind of permission?
Like, I don't know, like I do this for other people, and like there's other people like doing the same thing as me. They're like it's comedy or horror or whatever their like thing is, whatever their niche is. I just want to give everybody the chance to like be heard and be seen, and like I know it sounds kind of like safe space inclusive whatever, but like I don't know, there's no not cringe way to say it. So I just want everybody to have like like everybody to get the recognition on their platform. We're all like putting the work in, we're doing the thing that makes us happy. Not a lot of people get a chance to do that. Some people just like they get up, go to work every day, and then they're too tired to do anything else. So if you're on stream, if you're putting the work in, like I want to acknowledge it. And if like I'm doing something and I can't like fully acknowledge it, I'd love somebody else to have the opportunity to like shout you out so that other people can acknowledge it. So
A lot, not even like a few, like a lot of friends through you. I know that like Feifu comes to mind, and Sickle. I met Sickle through you. So it does work. And every time that you stream, and I know that you stream kind of sparse nowadays, but every time you stream, like all those people still come to your streams. And
yeah,
I know
it's
that
crazy.
like I gravitated towards your streams because your banter, and I've mentioned this to you like when I even first met you, like your banter is so fucking funny, and your humor may not be for like everybody, but it's definitely for me. And I laugh at things that are like, you know, I don't take everything serious. And I could put you on in the background while I work and just listen. I don't necessarily have to watch you. I could just listen, and it feels like I'm listening to, you know, an episode of like Your Mom's House or Bad Friends, or like, you know, sitting down listening to a comedy podcast. And then ultimately that's kind of something that you want to do, right, with your future, is you're aspiring comedian. So it completely makes sense, your banter, because you are very funny.
I just want to make people laugh. Like gas prices are high, the economy is weird. we got an election that no one's happy about coming up. Like times are weird and they're hard for different people in different ways. Like if I'm gonna do anything I can, I'm gonna say anything I can to make people laugh. You know what I mean? If I can have all of my friends meet my other friends and like go follow them, and like it just turns into a big like pool of like all of us hanging out together. Like that's awesome. That's the best case scenario for me, is like people I love meeting other people I love, and us just like laughing together and hanging out and like making life a little easier. I think that's what it's all about, is just making life easier, making people laugh. I mean, it's the only thing I'm good at, is making people laugh. So, or mad, because I don't. There's like different. There's different interpretations for the things that I say. Some people find them extremely hateful and terrible, and other people are like, oh, he's clearly just trying to make people laugh. That's funny, or that's not funny. I'm aware that not everything I say is funny, but I'm always gonna try. I'm always gonna throw it out there. That's how you get people to laugh. You throw it out there. You say something and you put it out, and there's no handlebars on it, and you just kind of like let people digest and accept it the way they digest and accept it. I just wish people wouldn't get so upset, because a lot of it's like, hey, this isn't about you. It's about like, hey, this is gonna reach someone and it's gonna change their day. It's gonna make them laugh. They could be having the hardest day ever. Like, look at it like that, you know? I don't know. That's
you're trying to be your authentic self, right?
Yeah.
You're not trying to hold back. You're just like, these are things that come to you. You're like, you're not trying to make like like if someone interprets your joke as hateful, it's not what you're trying to do. You like
No.
saw an opportunity to make like a funny joke that's like something that just came to you. Like you're gonna say it. You don't want to be filtered because that's your personality, and people should like you for you.
And again, I think jokes kind of like they resonate with people, and like people look inward and they're like, oh shit, I do that, or oh shit, I'm like that. So then that's why they get mad. It's more of like people being insecure about like, I don't know, a certain joke pertain like when you make fun of like you make a handicap joke. Like, oh, my brother's handicapped. It's like, yeah, but they're the happiest person on the planet, and I would never mistreat that person. So like that's clearly you being insecure about your brother being handicapped. It has nothing to do with the joke that I just told that like me and your brother are laughing at. And we're all laughing. Like we all recognize like to be inclusive and equal as a society, like everybody can't be above satire. Satire reaches the far ends of the community and it comes all the way back. Like I'm not above satire. You see these eyes, how they're going all in different directions? You don't think I'm like open to be made fun of for that? It's fine. Everything's fine. We're all gonna laugh together.
Your eyes and directions. I've never noticed it.
I always get made fun of on my stream by Whomping Waluigi. He's always on there talking about my eyes. And like, I don't care. Like I went to grade school. I can't see out of one of my eyes. So like I don't know what it does. Like I'm looking at the camera, but I have no idea what this eye's doing. I can kind of see it now. It's like looking straight, but I don't know. Like you're not gonna have a disability like that and like not be aware of like, oh, you might get made fun of. But it's fine. Like it's funny to me. I like, if anything, it just builds more of a bridge for me and my friends to like hang out and like, I don't know, have stronger relationships. If you can laugh with your friends about yourself, I don't know, just that's a sense of like security and like confidence that I think we could all use. You know, I think a lot of people just get really insecure.
I love self-deprecation. I can't remember self-deprecation. Yeah. Those that is my favorite type of humor. I love shitting on myself so much. Like it makes me happy.
Self-deprecation. She hates grammar.
I do hate grammar.
As Crims like to say, it's self-defecation. It's literally shitting on herself.
That's also how you get hepatitis.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's funny because Crims said that on stream the other day, and that was the best clip that I've seen.
It's a hard thing to say. Self-deprivation, defecation.
Speaking of Crim, did it, Allie? I'm gonna flip this on you now.
Oh shit!
Did you just go visit? Not just. Obviously, this is like, I think in the summertime. You're not gonna go now. Buffalo's horrendous. Actually, I don't even know if it's Buffalo, but I just know that Crim is a disgusting Buffalo Bills fan, even though I do love Crim. Did you just go visit One Speed and Crim like recently? Because I would like to hear about that and how awful Buffalo is. Please talk shit on their area.
No. So I did. I went for Friday the 13th weekend. So I was there from October 12th, 13th, 14th, and I left Sunday the 15th. So Buffalo, New York would be a 8-hour drive for me. I was like, fuck that. So it would be a 45-minute plane ride from JFK. Unfortunately, my plane got delayed 6 hours. And by the time
so you just should have drove.
I know, by the time, right. So by the time I got there, it was 9 o'clock at night. They were like, I was supposed to land there at like 6 or like 5 or 6. They were waiting for me. So I get to the airport. I'm looking for them. I get a little lost. And then I see like, they were like, oh, turn around. We see you. Because I'm like, I'm in a big orange coat. I'm like a traffic cone. And then they see me and she runs up and she like jumps in my arms. And then we were spinning and shit. And it was really nice. It was surreal because One Speed was actually one of the first streamers that I've ever watched. And I call him Father Hen because I very much looked up to him in like his streams and the attitude he had with his chat and like ideas for my own stream based off of what he had. So he also introduced me to Corn Hush Show, obviously introduced me to Crims. So many friends that, you know, helped me, boost like my following and my viewership on Twitch, and I'm like very thankful for that. So it was insane, like meeting them. Hold on, I'm disgusting. So
How dare.
we get there, we go to Domino's because it's late at night and I'm hungry. And the guy, so Run Speed goes to order, and the guy is like, that is the most fake British accent I've ever heard. And he goes, oh, have I been in America too long? I can't fucking do it.
I still give him shit
and it
for
was so
that.
funny. Yeah.
We all do, pretty much.
We everybody there in Buffalo, New York has Buffalo Bill stuff. The culture there is insane for Buffalo Bills. Insane.
Tell me you're on
I've never
food
seen
stamps without telling me you're on food stamps. Buffalo Bill sweatshirt, food stamps.
So we did stuff like we went pumpkin picking. Crims and I had like a girls' night where we ordered I think we ordered 50 chicken nuggets and just sat in her car eating.
Nice.
That's
friendship
girls
right there.
like girls do. Yeah, just like talking about life and shit.
Inching slowly but surely more towards obesity and in the car with the chicken nuggets. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Obesity is a steady race. You gotta walk to obesity. No one's running. No one's running.
That's right. It's consistency with the food. It's consistency
right.
that'll get you to obesity.
It's a city, obese city.
Yeah, obese city, USA. So she took me to her favorite diner spot, a couple of different spots. We went to one of the Great Lakes and skipped stones, which was really fun.
Ooh.
And one night we had like a night where we watched like 3 or 4 like shark movies like in a row.
Don't you hate sharks?
Yeah, but I love getting scared.
But
I love dumb shark movies. I love
but
shark
is a shark scare to you like the worst? Like, is that like...
Yeah.
Like, I watch movies, like for me, romance movies are the scariest thing in the world because it's like, oh, you have a life commitment now. It's like a jail sentence, and like I can't fathom that being with one person forever sounds horrendous.
Like 50 First Dates.
You don't like sharks.
Yeah.
I've seen you play games with sharks and you flip out. And it's amazing, but it's kind of sad because I don't know. It's a little sad.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Isn't that so shark movies are like your nightmare?
No, because they're usually silly. The last shark movie that I thought was actually done pretty well was The Shallows with Blake Lively. I thought that was a pretty decent one. I really liked it. I mean, the ending was a little silly with the boop, with the shark. They just kind of booped on the ground. That was a little fun, but I thought that was a good
Spoiler
movie.
alert.
It's been out for fucking 10 years.
Don't fuck up a decade-old movie for people.
No, I'm fucking
spoilers,
it up.
guys.
That's what I do. Boy,
spoilers just
warning.
For
Allie.
everything.
No, he's gonna spoil Jaws next.
Yeah. Guess what? There's 4 more movies to come. Jaws never dies. It's like
really
The Land
doesn't.
Before Time. Like they keep making any more Land Before Time movies, it's just gonna be called The Land.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I have a Land Before Time story that I'm not proud of.
I want to know. What kind of rating does this get?
Oh no, it's not bad. It's more like sad than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how stupid I am as a kid. Like when Land Before Time comes out, we get it on VHS. I watch it all the time. Watch it every day, constantly. It's a terrific movie. Horrible movie. So we're watching Land Before Time every day. I don't watch it for a couple years, and then time goes by. I'm in 3rd grade now. I haven't seen the movie for a few years. My teacher plays it, and I'm actually old enough to comprehend what it's about, and I bawl through the whole movie in the middle of class. The entire movie, I just cry because it's about some dinosaur chasing his dead mother's ghost, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And then he licks the wall with the shadow.
Dude, I
cried so
bawled.
hard. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, but that's what he did.
I'm gonna make that an emote on my chat now, just so you
No!
Can you lick the wall again?
What?
I'm gonna cut that and make it.
Did you just lick an imaginary wall?
Yeah, because that's what he did in the Land Before Time. He was chasing the shadow of his dead mother, right? And his dead mother disappeared into the stone, and then he fucking licked the stone.
He fucked the wall. Allie.
He fucked the wall that he thought his dead mother's ghost was on because he was so used to doing it when she was alive.
God damn.
That's the land. That's the 2024 version. Littlefoot
Dude.
has a deep voice. It's just Timothy Chalamet's face and Littlefoot.
Dude, you're so dark, Allie. Lick the wall again.
What?
Lick the
What did
wall.
you say?
Lick the
No.
wall.
No. You're
Same.
mean.
So you were telling us about when you went to go visit One Speed and Crim, and how One
Yes.
Speed has a fake accent because he's not British.
Yeah, because he's not British, which was hilarious. And yeah, we did pumpkin carving. We watched movies. Her mom makes Sunday breakfast every Sunday, so we went there. We went to Crim's job, and she got us this like French toast, like cake stuff. We were just like in her car, just like num 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 num. It was.
This is before you went on your like crazy diet, right? Or is this during the diet? Like not the diet, the fitness plan.
The challenge, yeah.
There you go, the challenge.
Was this during the challenge? No, this was
think it
right
was.
before.
Okay.
This was no, because it went through November into December, the
Okay.
fitness challenge. So I think it started the beginning of November. I think
Yeah.
that was like my last weekend to indulge. And boy, oh fucking I did. I drank this thing called Loganberry, which I keep calling Mother
It's like
Gooseberry.
Wolverine semen.
It is like this sweet, almost semi-carbonated juice, and it just tastes like candy. And I was just like, just bury me in this. It's so good. Oh, and we
Loganberry?
also ate hot wings, because in Buffalo you have to eat hot wings. And Crims likes the big fatties, and I like the flats. So it works out perfectly.
Nobody likes flats. You like
Hi,
flats?
Crims.
I love flats. I love
Flats are
flats.
so gross, Crim. Please shame Allie. You like drumsticks.
I
dude,
also like the
drumsticks.
drumsticks.
Guys,
I love the flats.
guys, don't shame Allie. That's how I got made. Like, sorry.
Max, are you still here?
Yeah, Max. Would you like to ask Miles anything? I have things I'd like to say, but maybe I
do
should
have
take
a
turns.
question for him.
Go.
So
Just shut up, Allie. Go lick the wall.
I'll chat with Chad. You guys do your thing.
Go lick the wall.
I just defiled as a very prolific moderator, not only for me but for Allie and a bunch of other people. Do you have any like inspirations on like what made you want to be such a good mod, and like do you enjoy modding so much, or
I just like when a streamer doesn't have to do anything. You know what I mean? Like you can get somebody in their element if they don't have to like look down and like I don't know, and then it gives people that like wander in there more time to like see someone in their element and what they're doing, rather than like see someone like, oh, gotta shout this guy out, gotta do this, gotta read that redeem, gotta do this. I don't know, I think it's just like helping my friends and like giving my friends a chance to succeed, because like I want everybody to do well, dude. I want Allie to be like partner, I want you to be partner, I want everybody I know to like succeed to the best that they can, you know what I mean? Because like deep down that's what I would love for myself, so that's like what I want for other people, even if that's like not their goal. Still, it would be cool to see all my friends do well. So
yeah,
I just feel like, hey, if I'm gonna be in chat, I haven't been in chat in a while because I've been like moving. We just moved from Portland to California back because I think I've moved twice since I've known Allie.
Yeah.
And like I haven't had time to do anything. I actually like this whole podcast. I was like, oh shit, I didn't forget about it, but like yesterday was like I thought that the time was supposed to be next week, so I made plans for the day, but I canceled them. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I've just been so like move oriented right now, and I have like tunnel vision and I can't see anything else. I'm just like, oh, the heater doesn't work, the toilet doesn't work, the water doesn't work, this doesn't work, what do I do? So I've just been fixing all that stuff, and I just did my first podcast. It's been like 2 weeks yesterday, and I don't know, just trying to like get back to it, but I hope to be a good moderator again, but I have not been a good moderator for like 6 months.
Cut in now mentioning your podcast, because I have a bone to pick with both of you.
Oh boy.
So
about your shitty audio?
My shitty audio. Your audio sucks dick. It's so
My-
bad.
I have a microphone
You sound like you're talking in a barn.
I'm
a
sounding
big
like I'm talking in
barn.
a barn. You sound like you grew up in a barn. You
Yeah,
sound
well,
like
I
you're
did.
talking in a barn.
I'm the South Shore of Long Island.
Was the Catholic school that you went to in a barn?
I didn't
Did
go
you
to
do
no
all
Catholic
of your
school.
learning in a barn as well? I thought you said
I
you went to
did not.
Catholic college.
I went to Catholic college because it was the only college
That's a
that had
school.
a funeral assistant. I thought you were talking
School.
about school.
Allie, can you
That's
stop
the
chewing on that?
college.
Allie, can you stop chewing on that piece of hay and address us, please?
What fucking hay?
Chewing on that hay.
Hey. So your podcast is very funny. And it's definitely, I'm very happy that you are genuinely you on your podcast. And I laugh so hard. I listened to your episode interviewing Max. And I've got something to say to both of you, motherfuckers.
I don't remember what all I said, and whatever I said, it was not my fault.
Don't swear at Max again. Don't do it. Don't swear at my Max. No one loves Max like I love Max. It's like my little brother.
Max. So we'll start with Max.
Oh no.
Max. You've said I forget what Defiled asked you, something about like you were talking about our podcast.
Yeah.
And you said something like, it's great and all, but I wish that Allie would just show up on time. Now, I have never, ever showed up late. I show up 5 minutes before it starts.
No, I do not think that you're late. I just wish you showed up slightly earlier. Like,
yeah, you piece of shit. Show up or slow up.
You'll have your turn.
I knew what I meant, and I didn't say it because I was nervous. And I was like stuttering and all that. So like, I knew, like, I meant, like, I just wish like we were here a little earlier so I could like fix any problems that we have, and then like, I meant like audio problems, not like therapy problems.
The first time I'm hearing about this was on the podcast, was on his podcast, and I'm like, I'm always on time. I'm always
you
on
are.
time. Like,
no, you are. No, you are always on time, and I'm very thankful for that.
So for now on, I will show up a little bit earlier.
Just
so we can
not
check
too
audio
much earlier,
issues.
just like slightly earlier, just like so it gives me peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we're getting this off our chest.
The fact that we're doing this live is a bit scary.
Yeah.
Now, Max,
I
like
figured I got both of you in the same square.
No, I'm good. I've shared my feelings.
Max is so red and sweaty right now.
I need to. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, Max, why do you look like Waluigi's nose right now? All pink and moist.
I don't know what a Waluigi looks like.
So like Waluigi's weird Luigi. Like there's Wario and then there's Waluigi. Both of them have like weird pink noses. It's weird. They have like their noses are like the same color as like the people of skin color from Florida. They're like pink and weird and I don't know.
Pink and weird, like fleshy.
Pink and weird.
Yeah, it's gross.
If fleshy was the color, that would be it.
Pink and weird is my new motto.
Pink and weird, yeah. Pink and weird. I love it so much.
That's why OnlyFans won't let me do like my tank stuff. They said it's too pink and weird.
It's too pink and weird. Well, they're missing out, right?
They're like, we don't want to. So we don't have
more
an
for me, I guess.
Tab on OnlyFans for you to supply us with content for. So I can't. They won't let me do it.
Defiled.
It's prejudice.
Your turn.
My turn for what? I didn't do anything. I mean, I probably said something shitty about you. You called
me a whale no less than 15 times.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah, listen. We have a fitness plan, me and you. Me and you were supposed to like get in shape and like go like diet and do well. So I have to talk shit on you and fat shame you so that you stay on your program. when you're like, oh, I don't think I want to do the program anymore. I'm like, okay, then you could just die from like a high cholesterol. That's fine tomorrow. Never having kids, never being an aunt. Say bye to everyone you know and love because you want the donut and you're dead. You never live. You die. That's what I'm supposed to do. This is what friends do. I'm holding you accountable because you said, hey, I want to go on this fitness challenge. And you're supposed to look at me and be like, hey, why don't you look at me straight, you weird-eyed fuck? Because you're fat too. Look at your breasts. You're a man and you have breasts. Why is this? Why don't you put the bra on and then I'll grab this and I'll put it on? This is what we're supposed to do for each other. Friends shame other friends into success.
I had an eye joke before when you were just like, I can't see that. And I was just like, hold. I was like, I could say it, and I didn't want to be mean, but now I'm just gonna. Now it's gonna.
You should say, yeah. There's no mean.
Sweating so. I laughed so hard. I'm like, how many times? And Max is like trying to, like, he's like, like he's like how he's reacting to you calling me a whale, like each and every time, which was so fucking funny.
No, because like I did that
so
little
hard.
like nervous laugh that I do. I'm like, heh.
Yeah.
Max laughs like a really pompous. Max laughs like a really pompous rich guy while he's sipping tea. Like,
I laugh like a bloated hyena, dude. It's bad.
Bloated? Why is he bloated? Did he eat too much? Too much MSG?
He's he lived his life on the Titanic a little too long.
Oh shit. Speaking of sinking ships, you ran into an incident last year where you got banned from Twitch for, what was it, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks.
2 weeks for a clip. Do you feel cool talking about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about anything.
So what exactly happened?
So I got shouted out on Juice's channel. Look at all that. Sorry, I don't want to like promo anyone else. I don't know what the rules are here, but I got shouted out on the channel. I love this human being. He's one of my favorite people on this platform, just because I think that he exhibits all the attributes that I appreciate. He's funny. He's like degenerate. He's gross. But he shouts people out. And he has like a clip shout out, and one of my clips is like, I don't know. I'm talking about the consistency of like semen. I don't know. It's probably just a whatever clip that somebody thought was funny. That's just like me. When I watch my clips, I cringe because I'm like, oh, why would you clip that? But like, somebody got upset and they tried to report me on Twitch for it. And it just like I got reported, and the message that I got in my email said like, lewd or sexual activity ban for 2 weeks. Jesus. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised it took that long for me to get banned. It wasn't something I set out to do, but I mean, I can't believe it took like 3 years for me to get banned.
Does that give you a strike on your record?
Yeah, I have a strike.
Okay, and if you get 3 strikes, you have a permaban from Twitch.
That's kind of like what started me not being so consistent with streaming. So once I got banned, I was like, well, I'm gonna keep doing the same things that I always do because that's like authentically me. You know what I mean? Like and I'm not doing it in someone else's channel. Like they're all like within the confinements of like me and my environment when I'm live. Like I'm not like that in other people's channels unless I know you and we have like a comfortability where I know like what I can and can't say. If I'm in a new chat, I'm gonna act like everyone else. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be disrespectful. But people have shout out clips. And that's what gets me in trouble all the time. It's gotten me in trouble in multiple streams. They've been like, hey man, like, don't come in here, or we're not gonna do shout outs because like your clips are gross. And I'm like, well, I don't want to come in here anyway. If like that's like, if you're trying to do something and like if we're friends, like we're friends, like I don't have to go in your streams if like my content's gonna be weird and it's gonna like affect your people or whatever. But I don't know, getting banned was kind of weird for a clip. 'Cause I didn't even say anything. It was like somebody being nice and trying to shout me out, and like that clip kind of offending someone. It's like you're gonna be offended at like semen. It's something that like lives in what 60% of the population, or whatever the male female ratio is. Like, come on. Like, and I even used the scientific correct name for it. The medically correct name is semen. Didn't say anything slang. I don't know. It was stupid. But I did do this. I was like, the clip was gross. It was a gross clip. I don't see how anybody got offended by it though.
Like people like. It's weird that like someone would just like see something like a chatter or a lurker would see that and just be like, I'm gonna take the time to report that and like ruin somebody's day.
Yeah.
And that's what I really hate about it. Like, you know what you're doing when you report somebody. If you have a clip of it, then and you think it's even a little bit sus, this person's probably going to this Twitch streamer is probably going to be banned for it. It's interesting though that you got a 2-week ban, and I have a few people in my community have gotten bans recently. And another streamer, Mr. Lalo Gaming, I think everyone knows him.
What a goat.
He's
the
awesome.
goat.
He's the goat. Shout
He's
out
such
to
a good dude.
Shout out to the Taco King. He's awesome. Very funny.
He sucks at Dark Souls, though.
He says,
sucks.
does it? I don't know.
He cheats. He just puts cheats in. He sucks. You suck, Lalo.
He got banned for an entire month because there was some people who came in and were taunting him in his stream because I think that he was doing just chatting, but it said like, you know, he was playing Dark Souls and then or a game and he went back to just chatting. They were like, hurry up, you know, play the game. And Lalo called them the N-word. And
Oh yeah, he got banned.
I just want to preface by saying Lalo is black. Whether or not, you know, this is right or what's not, I'm just comparing the time of and what offenses to give what time with bans. Lalo got lately they reported him for calling them the N-word, and even though they came in and started taunting him, and he got banned for a month. And
that's so horrible.
It's really it was really terrible. I think so my friend Xenofox, she got banned for it was either a week or 2 weeks because someone clipped her saying men ain't shit.
I mean, she's not
yeah,
wrong.
I remember
Then
that.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
I'm like, where's
they banned her
the
for
lie?
telling the truth.
Yeah.
They banned her for telling the truth.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's like, so it's just like you get 2 weeks for a like clipception. Fucking Lalo gets banned for a month for saying a racial slur about his own race. You know, whether
They're the
you
only
agree
ones
with
that
it or
can
not.
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna say it? I can't do it. No one like that's so insane to like.
I'm actually always afraid I'm gonna get banned because I curse a lot and I'm just loud and obnoxious, and I just feel like somebody's gonna take it the wrong way one day. I don't know. Obviously, Max never feels that way because he's the most wholesome streamer on Twitch. How does that feel to feel safe? What does safety feel like, Max?
A cold hug.
That's so gross. I always want a cold hug.
It's
like
like it's like
is a cold hug.
it's
You know,
like
your little
it's
alligator
both a
arms,
good
what do you
thing
do? You
and a
just-
bad thing.
Is that how you hug with your little alligator?
Yes, my
arms?
little
Can you tell
arms
me
and big hands.
What the fuck is with the alligator? You told me on my podcast
did.
and I re-listened to it and it didn't make any sense. You got to tell me again. What
So-
the alligator? Are you sexually attracted to do you lift
No,
the tail
I'm-
up and then go through?
No, the alligator thing is more like a Batman situation where they scare the shit out of me and I make them like my thing so that I don't have to live in fear of them.
I'm sorry, you're afraid of bat alligators? Is that a
No,
new type of? Did
just
you make that? Is
crocodile.
that like in
Alligators.
COVID? Is that like somebody banged a bat during COVID, but you fucked an alligator and a bat, and you made a bat-igator?
Bat-igator. It's like bat
Bat-
cow, but it's a
An
crocodile.
Bad cow.
An alabat?
Yeah, something like that.
So did you or did you not have sex with an alligator, Max?
No, I didn't.
But you love alligators. You're afraid of them.
Yeah.
How about Goose?
I mean, he's literally a 20-foot long crocodile. I don't want to fuck with that shit.
Crocodile. I'm sorry. Crocodiles and alligators are different, but I get them mixed up because
Yeah.
essentially they look the same upon first appearance. Yeah.
Hey, you
Essentially,
can't gender
yes.
them right away.
Yeah.
I
Use the
misgendered
correct
the alligator.
pronouns to
They're
file.
two different things. One, yeah, I won't go into it here because I'm a nerd, but you know.
It's crocodiles.
Well, I'm sorry. Either way, I identify as scared as shit when I see either one of them. So I,
I mean,
don't know.
no, like fair, like literally same, like. And
I'm
yet
not
I
gonna
have
be
a
like,
cult
oh
to it.
shit, it's an alligator, and then stop and be like, I'm so sorry, alligator, you're a crocodile. While it's chewing on my leg, I could have gotten away. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what your gender is. I'm out of here. I'm getting my
You know
leg
what?
chewed on.
You know what a funny thought is? If you're in the water and an alligator / crocodile comes up to you, and it's just like, answer the question. And it always asks, am I an alligator or a crocodile? And if you get it wrong, he's like, wrong.
He's like, nyam.
That's how people die of alligator attacks, is that they don't
get
know
it
whether it's an
wrong.
alligator or a crocodile. Yeah, you get it wrong. It's like, pay the toll, like a
Dude,
fucking troll in the bridge.
I want a horror movie based on that now.
We're getting to
a-
that.
I really
have
want a
horror movie
crocodile
questions
movie.
for both of you.
Yes, absolutely. Let's
We can do that
But-
now.
Spoops.
But to close out what we were talking about,
Yeah.
well, I don't get to choose if we close it out, but like that's
Yeah.
why I stopped streaming, kind of, because I don't want to get like I know 2 more bans and it completely like takes my account away and like it erases all the stuff that I've done and all the friends that I've made and all of this other stuff. Because there's friends on there that like it doesn't show you like a friends list, like it just they're all like jumbled up and like there's no like Twitch needs to figure it out because I wish they were in alphabetical order so you could find them better. But like there's just a
Yeah.
list of like 500 people that you're following or 600 people or whatever, and like you're not going to re-find all those on a new account. You'll find like maybe the 15 best friends that you have on there, but like you'll lose a lot of cool people that you've met along the way that just kind of show up to say hi because life happens.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it scares me to get fully banned because I'm like, fuck man, like I know I'm doing my thing, but like this isn't my platform. I don't choose the rules on this platform.
Mhm.
Like I either obey them or I get banned. I understand that those are the ramifications of like me being me, but still like I don't want to produce like content that like I don't believe in. And I feel like if I'm on my channel and I'm not trying to like make people laugh, then like I'm not being authentic, and like I don't find as much joy in doing that as I would have if like I don't know, if I'm just like being me. But I don't want to be
Defiled.
afraid at the same time to like have that be taken away. So it's like, what do I do? You know?
That when you were saying that, I got an idea. Have you ever thought about streaming on Kick instead? Because
The hell
Kick
is
is
that?
Kick is a
It's
Kick
Twitch,
is a
but green.
platform.
Is that where poor people go? What is it?
No,
It,
should
Kick
see the
is
company.
Kick is
I
literally
have Boost
Twitch but
Mobile.
green.
You should try Kick.
Kick is like Twitch. It was started by like people for. It's pretty much Twitch, but allows underage gambling. It allows racism.
I don't want to go there. What the fuck, like is that like international waters?
You
dude?
are
I know!
like
Whoa.
selling this website like really
Oh,
poorly.
I would
You
never
should do-
support you on it.
Dude, you
But
should
I'm
do.
saying,
You should do a commercial for Kick. Like, do you love racism and underage gambling? Who likes Epstein Island? Like what? What?
I follow one person on Kick, and it's because I mod for
What?
them. And I don't
Yeah,
ever go
that's
on
rules.
there.
oh my god! But I think you could say whatever the fuck you want there.
Pretty
I think.
much.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, it's
I
literally
like
just like the
rules and
Wild West over
regulations.
there.
It is the
Like,
Wild
so you
West.
can you show like nudity?
I don't know. Can you show
Probably.
nudity? Maybe someone in this
Probably.
chat knows.
Because
Wait,
Yeah.
didn't Twitch do something recently where like they allowed like artistic nudity and then they took it away because people were being gross?
yeah, I think on Kick, I think Amaranth did it for a while. Like she just streamed on there, just completely like clothesless.
Why do people get upset about that? Like, I'm not gonna watch Amaranth naked because like that's not my first day on the planet. I've seen naked people before.
Yeah.
But like, if that's your thing and that's what you want to watch, like, why isn't that allowed? Like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, who needs to report anyone? They should take away the report button and just like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, you should be held responsible for the things that you intake and that you allow your brain to process.
Mm.
Like, if you don't want to watch an R-rated movie, then stick to PG-13 movies.
Mm.
Like, I feel like it's your choice as a human being to like dilute what you like versus what you don't like, you know? Like, haven't we all figured that out? We need to ruin it for everyone else. I don't want to ruin it for anyone else. Like, I don't think either of you do. Like, other people, I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. Like, just let people be naked if they want to be naked. I'm not going to watch them because that's not what I would want to do. And they're not taking any views away from me because, like, I'm not a naked streamer. I'm just a guy who tells stupid jokes. I have
Imagine
my
you were a
own.
naked streamer
I would get
telling jokes, telling them
They'd be like,
jokes.
they'd be like, why are your nipples pointed at the floor? I'd be like, shut up. Don't fucking judge my body. My nipples point at the floor. Shut up. I don't. Listen, I'm trying to get them up here to where they're pointing at you and acknowledging you as a person. But right now, they're like, look at that rock. I don't know.
Look at that
Whatever.
rock.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
People
do
are
you
just
play-
stupid.
Did you ever stream any horror games when you were on,
Yeah,
on
that's.
Twitch?
I started with Resident Evil 8, and then like Returnal. I streamed
Werewolf
Dead
Life.
Island.
like the Doom games, like Resident Evil, Tormented Souls, Blasphemous. I don't know. I usually stick to like gross, like Dark Souls, or if it's got to have like a ton of gore in it, or a Dark Souls.
Mhm.
So like, I don't know.
Would you say you're better at Dark Souls than Lalo?
Fuck no. Lalo's doing a Dark Souls run right now. He's playing Dark
Yeah.
Souls 3 on, and I only know this because of TikTok. So I
Mhm.
see his TikToks all the time. I haven't like been in there in a while, but he's doing Dark Souls 3 on like soul level 1. So he hasn't leveled up his character at all, and he's like on like Pontiff Sullivan,
Yeah.
and it looks like the most frustrating thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. And like I don't know how like he doesn't have like high blood pressure every day. Need to see a doctor and consult one all the time. He should have a physician just follow him around for that, because I would kill myself if I had to do solo. I can barely beat that game leveling up the right way, but I'm also R-worded. So there's my one time that I get to say it.
Have you ever raged during a game? This goes for Max too.
Yeah.
What game do you remember just being like, I'm fucking done?
Any minor inconvenience in my life makes me rage. So like any game could make me rage. Like I'll rage and then hear from the other room like, "Shut up! You're making too much noise." And then I'm like, "All right, too much."
I raged during Stray. That was the one that I remember specifically.
Isn't that the
Yeah, I
cat
remember
game?
that too.
Yeah, because the little Zerks or whatever, they kept like eating me, and then I spent like hours and hours trying to do this part, realizing that there was a shortcut that I could have done. And then I remember there's a clip of me saying like, I wish I was like a rich ass hoe so I could just break everything and buy new stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was so mad. Platformers do it to me because I'm not a good video game player. Like I do horror games and pretty much all walking simulations.
You are not a good video game player. I watched you play Bramble the Witch King, Bramble the Forest Witch. I forget what it was. Whatever. It was some fucking Hot Topic game where I was like, oh cool, she's the creator of this game listens to a lot of My Chemical Romance. That's so edgy. But it was really, the game was kind of cool. It looked cool, but you could not figure out like where to point your character. I'm like, there's two ways to point your character. There's forward or backwards.
I know which.
This fucking
I like
broad
know
can't
which
figure
part
this
you're
out.
talking about. Yeah.
I'm like,
I was close to raging.
She's like, I'm hiding behind a tree and I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, then just stay hidden behind the tree. The rapist will never find you behind the tree. They'll never look. Oh, look, they found you.
They found me every time.
It was insane. Max, there's two things that she could do. Look forward and look back. And she could have figured, there's a 50-50 chance you get it right if you guess. Max, please just tell her that she...
controller. And I was using, I think, maybe I wasn't. Was I? Someone answer that.
She's getting defensive.
On what?
She's against the ropes.
I think
Kill
Bramble.
Max.
No, I was using controller and Bramble. I was using controller and I never used controller. So I didn't know what to, I'm really bad. And then I watched Jor do it. He played Bramble the Mountain King and he finished in 3 hours and it took me like 8. Because I can't figure shit out.
Because your husband is smart and you are not. Get it through your head. I'm just kidding. Max, what games make you rage?
So I kind of do a little cheat where if I feel a game is gonna make me rage, I play it off stream first, and then to make the stream flow, so I don't rage. But the last Garten of Banban game that I played made me rage.
I'm sorry, what?
Garten of Banban.
Garden of Banban?
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anyone that. Don't tell. Can you make up another name of another game that doesn't sound embarrassing when you tell people that you rage? Hey, what game makes you mad? Oh, Garden of Banban?
I mean, Tormented Souls also made me rage, but, you know.
There you go. Dude, that game was so good. When she wakes up in the bathtub and it's like, wah, 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 that was the best.
I hate that scene. I
that scene's the best.
Scene. Well, you
Someone's
also...
Because she's like...
Yeah.
She's pulling the tube out of her mouth, and she's just like, it's like never-ending tube.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's more tube than there is like body to fit it in. She's like, okay, it's
like
crazy.
A magician.
She's like a clown.
Crazy.
Caroline Walker's just a clown.
Yeah.
It's like we want to make this scene just long enough so that. No, dude, it's like, the developers of the game were like, we want to make this bathtub scene long enough to where if you want to finish, you can. You know what I mean? Like if you do just enough time to where if you need
That scene is
to
like
get equipment
30
out,
seconds. What do you mean?
I can make it happen.
Oh, I know you can.
Max, don't do that to me on the stream, Max. Max, little devil, son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Did you snort?
Oh, this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy ate ham. This
Ooh, that
little
sounds
piggy
German.
was the ham.
This is dangerous. That sounds like a German accent.
Oh, guten Schneide.
If she better not raise the hand.
do that.
Don't raise the hand. You already talked about saying the N word. Don't raise the hand now. Don't do it.
God. Sir, I have a question.
Who knows? Lalo and Max could get banned for the same thing.
I don't want to be banned. I'll quit streaming if I
just
get
kidding.
banned.
I'll quit
That's
streaming
what
if
I
Max
did.
gets banned.
That's what I did, dude. I
Yeah.
quit because I got banned. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'll
be
go the
back.
same
I would
route
quit
that
if
you
Max
do,
did
where
it.
I
Then the world's over.
Yeah, I'll go the same route you did, where I'll only do this, but I won't stream it.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a
that's so fucking funny.
Garten of Ban. Okay, it
Garten.
still sounds embarrassing. It's still fucking embarrassing.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
still embarrassing. Tortured Souls is good. That's a good. You know what? Garden of Ban's probably sick. It's probably a cool game.
It's
It's
not.
the
It
worst
looks like
game.
poopy playtime a little bit.
It's the worst.
It's a shitty series I enjoy.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's bad in every way possible, but I enjoy it.
I came in and watched you play a little bit, and I thought you were playing golf with your friends.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Every. It's still going. It's still happening.
It never ends.
I want it to stop. I want it to stop so badly.
Listen, once she
Sorry.
gets going, she
No,
can't
it's
stop.
cool. No, we'll just wait for it to end.
I have the same laugh as you do, Allie. Whenever I get
Yeah.
really happy about something, Ellie's heard it.
No,
I
your laugh is so
I
good.
do. I do the same thing that you like the type thing.
Max, your laugh is my favorite because you wind up and you go like, yeah. It's a,
It's the force of me pushing it all out. It just sends my head back. Giggity
So
question
I'm
mark?
just being interviewed by a bunch of. It sounds like I'm just trapped in a room with 2 COVID ventilators, like still running even though no one's using them.
oh, are we the ventilators? Oh,
Broken
Yes,
air
Allie.
valve.
He's talking about us. Who else would he be talking?
Yeah, I'm a
He's giving
giant
us a
bully. It's my
compliment.
job. It's
He's
my
saying
job
that-
to shame you.
no, we're not shaming. You're saying that we're giving you life. I know what you're trying to say by calling us ventilators. Thank you. You too.
Would you say that this podcast identifies itself as a horror podcast or because of the name?
I mean,
We started off talking about pretty much strictly horror,
yeah.
and then when we started to do interviews more, like half of the podcast is dedicated to the interview, and then we kind of just transition into horror as well. So it's a horroriety.
Yeah.
It's a horroriety
close-
podcast.
How close are we to this being the worst interview you've ever done? Because of the guests, not because of you guys.
No, we've had really good luck
Yeah.
with our interviews, and we've had a great time with all of them. Even we had an interview with Cornhusk Show and Chillzilla at the same time, and Chillzilla literally, like, it was his birthday and he gave us an hour. He's like, I gotta go, and then we had him on again. It was a lot of fun, but like Chillzilla is like, he came on dressed as Freddy Krueger, so we kind of like went right into horror.
Mhm.
You do I know that your favorite horror movie is Pearl. How many times exactly have you seen the movie Pearl?
So while we're on this topic of the people that you've had on here, I do have to bring up a mutual friend of ours, and it's not the person that you're thinking about because thumbs up. But Cornhusk Show. This one of the nicest human beings on planet Earth. someone that like I revere. I love his streams. I love what he does. But I told a joke once about a specific like affect that people have, and he like was all about it and he laughed, and this is a perfect example of like human beings like coming together and having fun and laughing together, and it made me so happy and I was so stoked because I was like, dude, what a wonderful human being. I told a joke. I went to go see my family in Laughlin, and like everybody in Laughlin like has trouble with the letter S. Okay, everyone in Laughlin. So I told this joke online, and I was like, so I just went to Bullhead City in Arizona, and like I forget what the joke was. It was like who knew that the biggest like perpetrator of crime in Arizona was the letter S? And like Corn was like all about it, and
That's
I know
funny.
it was a different like I told it a different way. I can't remember. It was a few weeks ago, and Corn's like, "God damn the letter S," and he laughed, and I was like, "Dude, what a cool fucking human being!
Yeah, because
Like, what a cool human being!"
doesn't Corn have
Yeah,
a
because
list?
he had well, no, he has the affect as well, and like he just has such a good sense of humor about it, and he's such a good person. Like that's the kind of people that like I want around me. He just he is such an appreciate. I don't know, and usually he probably usually finds my jokes detestable and gross. But like he's just that was such a cool reaction, and that was like a moment that I don't think I'll ever forget. And I don't think he knows this. Like I didn't personally tell him. I just liked his comment. I was like, dude, I love you. And that's just something I'll never forget. You know, like just someone having a really good sense of humor and like owning something about them and having confidence and just like not getting mad, not getting upset. That was, I don't know, just really, really wonderful person. Really
Yeah.
could like stoked I met him.
Yeah, me
But
Same.
fuck Pearl, it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. How dare you?
You loved it. I thought you
Did
told
I, Jack?
I thought you told me, you texted me immediately and you're like, Allison, you have to see Pearl. It's great. You even did the Trump voice. It's great. It's the best. It's the best movie I've seen.
Did I jack off when she banged the scarecrow? Yes. But did I hate the rest of the movie? Yes.
Spoilers.
Is terrible. There's it's on the front cover of the movie. She's like riding the scare. She's like Jesus. She's like on top of the scarecrow.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Power
I
move.
can't
What
do
do you
it.
think
I
it was
can't
like
do
to
it.
film that scene?
It was probably awesome. Like everyone jacking off at the same time while they're like, I can't hold the camera steady. Like it was probably wonderful. But the
Did have a
whole
little
movie didn't
shaky
make
movement.
sense. Well, dude, the X was so good.
Don't say that, Allie.
Dude, X was one of the coolest horror movies of that year.
Yeah.
It was so
X was
wonderful. Like
awesome.
I don't know how you go from X to Pearl. They're not the same. They don't have the same
They're
like
not.
they have the same. It was Pearl was like a drama movie. If it was marketed as a drama movie and not connected to X, I would have loved it because the acting was superb. I recognize it for its merits and what it accomplished, but I don't understand like why it needs to be connected to a far superior movie in a completely different genre. They don't connect. The tone doesn't make sense.
I thought it worked because of the time period difference. I think that if it was the same time period with that kind of tone to it that Pearl had, I definitely don't think it would have worked. But because it was like back in whatever day it was, like I wouldn't want the tone to feel the same as it did in, when did that movie come out? 2023, 2022? Like it's not supposed to feel different. And that definitely, I agree with you, is a drama. Pearl is definitely a drama with some horrific things that happen. I enjoyed it. It was not the same as X, so I have to like look at them as two separate kind of entities. And when you look at it like that, I feel like it's more enjoyable because of the fact that the acting is superb. That ending where she's just like smiling is so disturbing. Like it's cool, and it's neat to think that that guy stayed with her and loved her and helped her do everything that he did in X, even though he witnessed all this shit that just happened in her murdering her, spoiler, people and whatever. So I thought that was cool. But it's definitely not as, to me, I like X better. I'm more of a horror fan. That's more of a horror. It was fun. A little too much nudity, X, but still fun.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where I lose friends. Okay, X is a slasher. X is a slasher movie. It's a typical like slasher movie. It's done really well. The story's really great. Characters are great. Pearl's a drama movie / thriller movie. Okay, they have the perfect situation where they have a crocodile that they can introduce that was from X, and they can like make it do horrible things. You use it once, and then like the scene with the scarecrow, you could have used that and like built off of that to create like even more like horrible scenes happening where you do like slash-esque killings, and you don't. You just turn it into a drama where Pearl's like, I don't know if I want to kill people or fuck Scarecrow. Like, come on, you couldn't like. There's too much.
Performance. And then she's like,
It
I
was-
am a star. I am a star.
Like, I don't understand. It's a slasher movie. Like, it's a movie. It's a prequel to a slasher movie. So like, I don't know. Like, you didn't have any of the elements that were in the former movie in the movie that precedes it. So I don't understand where. I understand the material and how it correlates. I just don't appreciate like, I don't know how they build it, because it's like, oh, you watch a whole movie and it's just ramping up to X, but it's like, it doesn't carry the same tone or the same like level of, I don't know, like not action, but like, I don't know.
I agree with all of that. Honestly, I agree with all of that. It's just that I enjoyed that, and that just wasn't for you. You were expecting something else. I hate
It's like
going
the Jaws.
from-
It's like the Jaws movies. It's like, oh, but if Jaws 2 is just about saving a shark instead of a shark killing people, it's like, no, the shark kills people in every single Jaws movies. They're all the same. They all have like Jaws 1 and 2 are arguably like two of the best sequel movies ever made. They could have done that, but they did like some weird, I don't know, they just went some weird direction. And I was like, I wasn't prepared for that. I appreciate it, but don't market it as like, oh, this is a prequel to X. It's like, just have it be a separate thing, because it's a drama. It was weird that it's a good movie. I just don't like them. I don't like them as a pair.
Max, what did you think of the crocodile scene?
In X, I love it. I think I definitely like that. I like that they built up to that scene, with the scene in X where I think Max is like swimming, and then she like comes back to the dock, and like the alligator like doesn't get it. Yeah, I always forget that character's name is Max. There's a lot of characters and things named Max, and they all die horribly.
But wouldn't it be cool if the alligator catches up to her, bites her legs off, death rolls her, and the movie ends, so that we don't have to watch the rest of that horrible shit? Wouldn't that have been like a better?
It was funny when she was leading her dad in the wheelchair to the crocodile. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, fucking
she should have dumped him in, so then all these other wheelchair people could roll themselves over to their windows and be like, we're offended, and then roll themselves back and then be tired.
Joe, what are all these parallelograms doing here?
Don't get mad at us because you're in wheelchair people. Don't get mad at us because your arch nemesis is stairs. All right.
Get an arch nemesis.
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes, Allie. God damn it.
Oh god. No, I like those movies a lot. X was definitely better, and I agree with everything that you say, Defiled, about it.
Pearl's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Do you think Terrifier is a good movie?
You can't. They should not be spoken in the same sense. Terrifier is like one of those rare gems where like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, like Michael Myers, and now it's like Art the Clown. It's like I didn't think that I would see in my lifetime that we would see such like a prolific serial killing, like crazy, deranged, like someone who could franchise themselves. I feel like Terrifier has franchised itself, and now they'll make 1 million of them, and they will keep getting better and more over the top. Like this new one's gonna be Christmas themed. I've never been more excited for something. It comes out the day before my birthday this year.
Ooh.
If I could fast forward the months of my life leading up to this, I would do it. And I like my life. I really like. I love my life. I'm happy, but I would still fast forward it to go to the. I cannot wait to see this movie. Cannot wait.
Same. Which one did you like better, Terrifier 1 or 2?
I'm gonna say 1, just because I felt like 2 was just like excessively long. There's too much filler in between. There's too much filler in between killings where I feel like 1 just kind of got to it. And he wore someone's titties in 1. He had titties. He carved them off, and he's like, now I have art. I have titties now.
Don't hurt my baby. Mama's here with the fucking doll. The girl with the doll that he skins her titties.
It's the best. The number one's the best. I mean, number two's still amazing. It's like apples to oranges. They're almost the same, but like if I have to be critical, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do number one.
Number 2 felt like a build up to what's gonna happen in number 3. I felt like it was like
but
2 was a setup, and they had the whole like magic thing with like the bring her back to life and stuff, which was like weird. The ending was weird with the fucking birth. I'm just
and
like,
it's weird.
what the fuck is going on?
And it's weird jerking off to like a 32-year-old woman playing a 16-year-old girl, and you're like, wait, no, but she's really 32, and you're like, all right, cool, I can finish. It was weird, and I had to keep reminding myself she was 32.
But she wasn't meant to be 16. She was definitely older than that. She was at a party and shit.
Kept having to say like, I had to look up her actual address.
Older than 16.
I just had to. I had to ring. I had to look up I had to Google the age, and I'm like, oh, 30? Sweet. Do.
The Art the Clown like songs like playing like welcome to the Clown Cafe, your favorite meals on wheels.
And some of that shit made me mad too. I'm like, come on, like just shoot everyone. Come on.
It was so gross. It was so nasty. What did you think about it, Max? Did you like any of the Terrifier movies?
Oh, I love both of them, but I think one makes more sense than 2 does. One
Yes.
was
Way to be right, Max. Way to be right.
There was a few scenes that made me laugh in part 1. Is it part 1 or is it just Terrifier 1?
Terrifier 1.
It's just Terrifier 1. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking.
And you
it's in
can't jerk
parts.
off to Terrifier 1. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but you have to be.
You can during the choppy.
No,
if that's
you
your
can,
thing.
but like you have to be a
Impossible.
certain type of insane to do it.
When he makes that lady's vagina bigger, I'm just like, nope, too big.
You know what?
It's
That's a way to say
You-
it. I actually almost threw up in my mouth just now.
You have taken someone apart, and now I cannot do anything with it. And it's like banging like 2 pieces of turkey, put them together. I don't know. What do you do with that? You can't. Terrifier 1, you cannot. It's unmasturbatable.
Close my eyes during that scene now. I've seen that movie so many times, but that scene makes me hurt.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can feel the choppy when it
I went on a
happens.
date. I went on a Tinder date once, and
Uh-huh.
like we chose to see each other again. And our second date was watching Terrifier 1, and that girl will not talk to me now. She's still to this day. I mean, I don't try, but like we never spoken again. She's like, you're gross.
No.
That was the grossest thing I've ever seen. Like I think it
That's
ruined her year.
nothing. You could have
I
showed
think
her
it ruined-
a Serbian film. You could have showed her
Like,
Martyrs.
That is a film
Because
I'm
no
never
one-
showing Sammy.
Dude,
I
a Serbian film. It's the coolest end of a race I've ever seen in my life.
No! Oh my god!
It's like, you're gonna get there first. I'm gonna get there first, and then the reveal, it's like, oh man, I was banging my son. I hate that. I hate it when I find out that I'm banging my son.
That
Don't wear a
ending was
mask. This
horrible.
is why you can't wear masks during sex. You can't do it because like then they take off the mask and you're like, Dad, get out of here, you silly goose. What's going on
It
here,
wasn't
Dad?
even. They were
Stop.
under the mom and the son were under the sheet, and he couldn't see. He was just like, he was just like all fucked up or whatever, and then he fucked his son.
Let me paint the picture for everybody who doesn't know. So no one's gonna watch Serbian film. It's like not. It was made to like be gross. So they
Say
like at the
half
end.
of this chat has seen a Serbian film.
and
you
we've
have
talked
a- you
about
have-
this on the podcast, so regular
yeah, then you
listeners
guys already know.
will know.
You guys already
immediately,
know.
But
You know who wins the race?
No, I think they're all losers.
yeah,
At the end of
there's
that
no
movie.
winners.
No.
What movie like makes you sad? Like, have you seen a horror movie that just like the end you're just and you just like you just feel this like sense of like dread in your belly and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should have watched that.
So you asked 2 kind of different questions. What makes you sad and what makes you dreadful with that ooh in my tummy?
That's what I was trying to like put them into one. Like, which one makes you feel like dread? I guess and like, oh,
But like for horror
Yeah.
movies specifically,
I think those are the ones specifically that like kinda
Yeah.
make
So
me...
there's a few movies that I can't ever watch again. That I've seen it once and I'm like, that didn't make me feel good. I can't do this again. One of them is Hostel Part 2. I didn't enjoy that. The other one is Human Centipede 2. There is a
Oh
part
yeah,
in
that one.
there
The
is
teeth.
the teeth. So at least in
Yeah.
Human Centipede 1, which I actually like as a movie, everything was done by a doctor. There was anesthesia, there was needles, there was proper procedure. Human Centipede 2 is a movie about a super fan of Human Centipede 1, the movie, who decides to make a 16-person centipede, but he is no doctor, so he kidnaps people and literally takes a hammer and like knocks their teeth out. And you're watching this and it's horrible. A pregnant lady got taken and she escapes, and as she's like sitting in the driver's seat, she gives birth and then sees the guy coming, and she puts her foot on the accelerator, and it's a very graphic scene of the baby getting killed. And
Jesus.
I can never watch that movie again.
Hmm.
It's so disgusting and horrible to think about. There's also a movie that I absolutely love, but I don't think I could stomach it ever again, which is Martyrs. Love Martyrs. But man, is that hard to watch.
That's the one. The Martyrs is the one where like they find the bunker under the house, right? And then like they get kidnapped and they get taken to like the Russians, and then they put them under the house, and they're doing all this weird stuff to all these other people.
Yep. So they're trying they're giving these girls these tests to see who could possibly be a martyr. And a martyr is somebody who could take the most pain that you could tolerate before death. And at that point, you will see what is beyond. They want to know if there's anything beyond death, if there's like essentially a heaven or a hell, something like that. So they're trying to look for a girl who essentially doesn't die during all these all this torture, and and it's steps. And the final step is peeling, and it is hard. It's scissors, and it's hard to watch. It's really, really, really hard to watch. It's on Shudder if anyone's interested. It's a good movie. It's really well done. Foreign films are always usually well done. But yeah, how about you guys?
Max.
I don't really get sad at movies in general, let alone horror movies.
Not sad, but just like, I don't know, where it's just so bleak. You know what I mean? You're like, oh man. And then you gotta watch like Bob's Burgers after that, because you're just like, I need something else. Like, this can't be the end of my day. I can't go to sleep like this.
I mean, there's movies that like make my stomach turn a little more than like others. Like, I'm trying to think like
Top Chef. I can't make a risotto with a piece of string and a barbed wire. And I don't know.
Like Evil Dead 1 makes my stomach turn a little bit.
Evil Dead 1?
Yeah.
Like, the remake or the original?
Bruce,
the very first one.
Don't listen, Bruce.
No, it's a good movie. It's one of my favorite movies. But like that scene with the pencil and the ankle gets me every time. Like, I have a lot of pain in my ankles sometimes, so I know what it's like to like be somewhat close to that. And
it makes sense.
Just
it's
like
personal to you.
Yeah. Again, like Hostel, the first Hostel, like made me like puke and cry. That's a movie I cried at, but out of fear, not sadness.
Puke and cry.
Yeah. And what made it worse is
you puke. Did you do both? Like,
well, yeah, pretty much. Like, and what made it worse is I watched that movie before I was going to England last year, so like I got like my fears were just like there. I got really scared, like to the point where I like almost canceled my entire trip, but I didn't. Thank Lord.
Movies where I have felt at the end like I wanted to die and I have to go take a shower like immediately. If you guys have not seen like The Killing of a Sacred Deer,
I haven't seen that.
That movie is incredible. It's filmed very weird, but it is an incredible movie. But at the end, you're just like, well, I think I want to die now. Also, like, it's stupid, but like The Mist. Remember The Mist?
Mm-hmm.
At the end, he like kills his whole fucking family.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't
wait, like,
prepared.
Like 30 more seconds.
I saw it when I was a kid. Like me
Mhm.
and my friends went to the movie theater and we saw it, and it ruined the
Mhm.
whole night. Like no one got laid that night. Like we were all just, oh no.
I, bro, that was sad. That was really sad.
It was genital numbing cinema.
That's the worst
And
kind.
you don't see that a lot in horror movies. You don't see like
No.
a sad cry ending.
Yeah.
But like Frank Darabont is a genius. Like that was one of the best movies I think I've ever seen is The Mist. Like, but I like
Yeah.
movies like that that like make you feel stuff. It's like The Mist is it's about like these monsters coming from another dimension, but it's also about like the breakdown of society and what we do when laws are taken away and like how we
Mhm.
reform and like govern ourselves and like where religion takes place and like how it even gets started. Like it's so like it's such an intelligent movie, but like there's also monsters in it so that if you don't get the theme of the movie, there's still monsters for you.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like watching it as an adult, I'm like, dude, this guy broke down society and like what happens when shit hits the fan, literally, and
Mhm.
like where religion came from. Like, no matter what happens, like if our society breaks down, someone's gonna make up a religion. Someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, look at all that's happening right now, and they're gonna blame it on some like weird higher power, and like everyone's gonna believe it and not believe it, as people do. It's just really intelligent movie.
I agree. I thought it was very good. Yeah, and I feel like that's exactly what would happen. Like you said, like there's that like religious lady, people are gonna like flock, and eventually she's gonna like she's
Yeah.
like kill him, and people listen, and it's but it's scary because it's real life. Like that's the kind of, as an adult, this movies that scare me are more things that I feel like could happen. For example, like The Strangers. Like that movie now as an
Yeah.
adult scares me, the first one, because
But
that
that could
fucking,
literally happen.
yeah, just at
It happens
any
all the time.
time.
You go to
Yeah, and
Detroit,
that's
that's
scary as
all they
shit.
do in Detroit. That's all they do in Detroit is break into people's houses.
Is that what happens in Detroit?
I would assume so. I'm never going there. I'll never know. That's like when on the Lion King map when they're like, "What's that dark part?" and they're like, "Don't ever go there, Simba." That's Detroit.
That's Detroit. I think that the movie It Follows was filmed in Detroit,
Yeah.
Point proven.
right?
STDs that kill you.
Them.
STD monsters.
It follows, and I believe Barbarian was partially filmed there.
I love
Barbarian
Barbarian.
Barbarian was brilliant.
Did you like it? Tell
It
me what you liked.
so it
Let's talk
was
about
so
it.
brilliant.
I
Well,
love Justin
so
Long too. Like
I do too. I turned around. I
Yay!
turned around.
Yay!
I watched an interview with him, and I was just like, God damn it, I like this guy.
Yes.
God damn it, he's cool.
Oh, Justin
so
Long's Justin Long like started his whole career with like Jeepers Creepers. Like he started his
Mhm.
career in like horror. So I love Justin Long like a lot. I watch most of the stuff that he does. He did this one like vampire horror movie where like he goes to like these ladies' houses and then like he gets like on a date and then like it's kind of drawn out and weird and it's like suspense building, but I still liked it because like I don't know, Justin Long just does it for me as far as like
Mhm.
he can carry a scene even if there's nothing happening. Like I don't need
Mhm.
constant action to happen. You know what I mean? If like the acting and everything is there. And I just thought it was like good world building. And at the end, it was just I was like, oh, that's the end I kind of wanted, and it was just cool because like you see him like graduate into like not being a good human, but he is going into it. You know,
Mhm.
I forget what the movie's called. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like it's he goes to like
I've
that
never
house.
seen it. Vampires? I've never seen that.
He goes to like this mansion where there's with this girl. He's on a date and they come back to this huge house and he's like, "What the fuck is this house?" And like there's other women living in this house and they all come and see him and they all and slowly you see like him turn out to not be a great person and then like at the end he meets the fate that you kind of want him to meet, but at the beginning
Yeah.
he's like this complete nice guy. I don't know, it's like it's
He
very
always plays a
claustrophobic.
douche.
It's always like claustrophobic.
Are
He's really
you
nice and great at the beginning.
are you talking about House of Darkness?
I think so.
Okay.
It's like one of the recent within the last like 5 years.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
2022.
haven't seen it. Oh,
Yeah,
I've
House
never
of
even heard
Darkness.
of it. Okay.
Dude, it's so good. I flew under the radar, and it's just Justin Long and like four other people in the movie. So like, it's a
Nice.
really like,
Nice.
it's so good, dude. It's such a good like, it's tension building. It's not. Don't go in there expecting tons of action, but just everything all kind of culminates to a T, and you're just like, oh, this is very. It's satisfying. It's a very satisfying movie. It's like,
Did you like that Barbarian took a 180? You kind of definitely thought that fucking Pennywise was gonna be like, for me, I was like, Pennywise is a creeper. Like, he's the bad guy, and then he just fucking gets annihilated, and the girl has to like suck on that thing's titties to get milk for like 6 months.
I'm kind of desensitized to horror movies. Like, I kind of knew what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, like this is two stories. He owns the property. He's gonna go back. Like, I don't think he knows that there's an underground thing because there's like, I think they're doing a prequel about the guy who was doing all the messed up stuff, who kept the girl in the basement. I think they're doing a movie about him.
Yeah, he was like not barely like in the movie. They did not like. I wish the movie. I liked it so much. I wish it was like a half an hour longer.
It was so good, dude. But
I
nobody
really
asked me
enjoyed
what
it.
movie bummed me out.
I was
How
literally
dare you?
about to. We're having
How
a good
dare you?
flow. We're flowing. What
Fucking
movie bums you
podcast,
out, Defiled? You fuck.
Like
Little Mermaid.
Watching messed up stuff.
Oh yes, my favorite
happen to
horror movie.
people is not bad. It doesn't like gore doesn't bother me. If anything, it's like enticing because it's realistic, and I'm like, oh, I have that. I have that. I have that. The one movie that bummed me out that I saw is called Speak No Evil.
With Kane?
Because no, that's See No Evil. Speak No
Oh,
Evil is on
fuck.
Shudder, and it's like a Norwegian film. And
Yes,
I'm just
you
gonna
told me
I'm gonna
that.
spoil all of it because I don't want anybody to watch it because it's horrible.
Okay.
So it's like these guys are on vacation. This family's on vacation. It's a young boy and a mom and a dad, and then they meet this other couple, and it's a mom and a dad and another young boy, and they like all kind of hang out even though they don't know each other. They meet. They go to these people's houses, and these people start exhibiting weird behaviors, like aggressive behaviors, to kind of like establish dominance over these people, but they're really subtle. So it's like one of them will lead the way and be like, "Oh, follow me," and it kind of establishes this like dominant rapport and like slowly kind of lulls this family and they're like, oh, you guys will stay here tonight, and they're like, we don't want to stay here, and they're like, no, it's not a safe drive, you'll stay here. So they stay there and they start to notice like bad shit is going on in this house, like the way that they treat the kids, and like the dad's really like, the lady's really submissive to the guy, and you're just like, oh, this is making me like feel weird. And it's like, you fast forward to the end and it's like you find out that these people work for these like human traffickers, and like this kid that they have isn't even really their kid, and they just have them like setting up as like a family. So they steal the couple's kids that are staying with them, they steal their child and sell it. You see them like selling it at an auction, and then they stone the parents to death. So it's just like you see rocks fly at them and like just their like body cave in. And it's the most disturbing
no,
thing I've
thank
ever
you.
seen. It's the most disturbing thing that I've ever seen, and it's not even like super graphic. It's just like it could happen. There's no the monsters are the human beings. Like that to me was rough. It was a rough watch. Like I think they're gonna redo it with James McAvoy to kind of like Americanize it, but it's such a brilliant film. The acting's brilliant. Everything in the film is brilliant, but you're just like, it's dark. It's so dark. I don't even know if it's a horror movie. It's just like, it's just rough, you know?
Did it take place like does it take place in like a recent times? Because you said stoning.
Yeah.
And that's not usually a way of
I mean,
torture and killing today.
No, it's a very, very recent movie, but it's just like the mom, and like they're laughing while they're throwing the rocks, and like you see like the dad like kind of try to get on top of the mom to try to like shield her from the rocks, but like one hits him in the head and he rolls over, and then they just start like, it's crazy. It's a crazy movie. It's slow. It's a slow burn movie, but you're not gonna have a good day after. Definitely watch it like oh, my dad died today. That's the day you watch Speak No Evil. You don't watch it on your quinceañera, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Like you just, it's gonna ruin your day.
I'll watch it the day my dad dies. I promise you.
Also, The Sadness, one of the best movies I've ever seen. That's probably my favorite scary movies, The Sadness.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because
damn it,
I was
Allie.
going to, if I could have added, thank you for guessing my joke, Max. My dad has been dead for 12 years.
I was like,
I'm never watching
minute.
that movie.
It literally took me a second. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh
hold
my
on.
god, that cat is gorgeous.
Cato.
Is that Walter?
As Walter, yeah.
Hi, Walter.
Hi, buddy.
I was going to actually bring up The Sadness because in recent times, that movie, that scene that you know what I'm talking about, disturbed me so fucking much. Like, I couldn't even believe how disturbed. Like, I couldn't stop thinking about it for days. Can you please talk about it, sir?
So the sadness is like any zombie apocalypse movie, except like it's like at the very beginning, and it's like, oh, these people in Korea. It's subtitled. I hope I get the like the location right. I think it's Korea, right? North Korea, South Korea, some part of like is Japan.
I
I don't
can
know.
look it up.
I
Hold
think
on.
I think it's Korean horror. I'm just trying to think of like what kind because they're all different. There's Japanese horror, Korean horror.
Hmm.
I think
Korean
it's
or
Korea.
Indonesian.
It's a Taiwanese movie.
We're
Taiwan.
both
Okay, there
wrong.
you go. You know what? This is how like non-geographically. I'm geographically challenged. So
Same.
the sadness takes place. It's like a zombie apocalypse movie, but like it's at the very beginning, and like it's just like it turns people super aggressive. They don't turn into zombies. So you don't see this like unbelievable like transformation in their body or like whatever. They could still die. They get this really aggressive. It's like 28 Days Later, where they're just like super aggressive. They run fast, and like they're just like using frying pans to like peel each other's faces off, and they're like they talk about like, oh, I've never heard anyone say this before doing it before, but this one guy is chasing this lady in a train. He's like, oh, I'm gonna rape you, and I'm just like, what? And you just I think it kind of like breaks down like the morals of people and kind of like brings out their id. It brings
Yeah.
out that little piece of their brain where they're like, oh, these are the things that I can't do in society because they're not okay, and I don't even want to do them because they're not attractive to me. It dissolves that part of your brain, and now you're like, I'm gonna rape, I'm gonna kill, I'm gonna pillage, and it's just people being super barbaric to each other. And there's a couple people who don't have that part of their brain breakdown in the movie, and like it's pretty much just them trying to navigate like how do we live in a society where everyone's chasing us and trying to kill us and rape us and do all this other horrible shit that you can't do in society, you shouldn't want to do. I don't know. You should watch it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's fast paced, which I
It's
like.
really well
Um,
done.
and it's better than Train to Busan, which I just saw and I did not. I was like, whatever. It's
Oh, I
good. Train to
really
Busan
liked it.
was good. It was
It was
good.
long. It was
It was
really
good. It's a good movie.
long.
But I didn't think it was one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen. I think that like I don't know. The Sadness is probably the best zombie movie ever made. It's not. I mean, it's not a
Seen The
zombie
Sadness?
movie.
Because we played in the cantina when it first came out.
Are you talking to me? Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did
Who
you
else
say?
are we talking to, dude?
I don't know. I did like her audio cut out, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh
That's
no.
nope.
Nor.
It did not cut out. It did not cut out. Max
It
is
cut out
lying.
from me.
Max, have you seen The Sadness?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I have not seen it fully.
Have you seen the eye scene?
No, I think I stopped watching it for. I think that's the part I stopped watching, and then I came back
that was
afterwards.
rough. That was rough. How did you feel watching that eye scene?
I
Defile.
haven't seen it in a long time. I saw it like twice when it came. No, I only saw it once when it came out. So I haven't, and it's pretty recent. I need to rewatch it.
I think
If that's
it was
a movie,
it
that's
was
a movie I
rough.
would rewatch.
Oof, I couldn't.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't. No, I don't think
man.
I could.
It's
I
so
tried a little
fast-paced.
bit. I tried a little bit because I saw it and then we played it in the cantina. And I came in when everyone was watching, and it was like at that eye part, and I'm like, oh god, it's just like it hurts me. It's like the Terrifier choppy. It hurts me. And the fact that one zombie was pursuing that one girl for so long, lost her, and then found her, and he's just like does that to her is just, I don't know, man. I feel a certain way. I feel disgusting.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
But the movie's so
sure.
good. The movie's so good and so well done.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. And I hate saying it's a great movie when there's so much vulgarity and disgustingness in it. But I love it.
I like that it played off of like the part of your brain breaks down that like that eliminates good and evil and like morality and immorality, and it's just I don't know. It made sense to me because it's like, oh, it's not a zombie. It's just like it does something to your brain. It makes you hyper aggressive and turns you into what you would be if you didn't have these governors in your head. And I just think that that's like a really brilliant concept versus it's the same thing with like The Last of Us and like the forceps and stuff like that. I like how the mushrooms and the like the spores and the clouds, how they interact with your brain. It's more of a smart way than just being like, oh, your brain's dead and your body lives on, you're hungry and you eat brains. Like we've done that before and like it's a tired trope. But there are these new things coming out where people are actually putting lots of thought into like, how do we make this like seem like it could happen? Or how do we like things that we already have inside of us, but like you just like it dissolves a part of your brain that like good and evil kind of like now you're just this gross thing that does barbaric shit to people. And it was a good movie. Sadness, 10 out of 10. Did you guys see The Last of Us, the show?
Nope.
See, señorita.
Max, did you see The Last of Us?
Nope.
Are you? What am I doing here? You haven't seen it?
Nope. I'll watch it in like 3 years when it's not popular anymore.
Dude. Like, so The Last of Us, there's like episode 1, 2, there's like, I think there's 8. Episode 3 is this like trail off where they like focus on 2 characters that weren't really focused on in like the video game, like Frank, I think, and someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. I bawled uncontrollably.
I've never cried so hard in my life. I've never cried so hard in my life, and I have a dead dad.
I thought I was gonna throw up. I thought I was gonna do
True
what Max
love.
did, and like "Whoa!"
That's called
I
true
cried
love.
so hard.
This month's podcast is going to be a drinking game with how many times Allie's mentioned her dead dad.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Everyone, get your beers ready. Take a swig every time Allie's mentioned
Dude, it's
it.
10:30, you alcoholic.
It's 1:37 by us.
It's
We got-
10:30.
I don't have any booze with me, so I can't drink.
Yeah.
This
I cried,
podcast is going up at 8 p.m. my time anyway. It'll be 5 o'clock when it comes out your time anyway.
I cried uncontrollably during that episode too. The entire thing, uncontrollably hard.
It's the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I don't
Me
understand. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't anything I've never seen before. But it's just, I don't know, dude. It's just like this guy, super masculine, and it shows down like it shows to like him accepting who he really is, and then like a love story, and you're just like, oh, and I didn't need that. I just needed the like action and drama, and like I didn't need to see that because now I like cry. I don't think I've ever cried that hard in my whole life. I can't think of anything that makes me that emotional. That and my cats.
Oh my god, oh my god, like uncontrollable. I was like, that's true. I'm like, true love does exist. Like true love. When they had that whole like dinner and wine scene towards the end, I was a
fuck off.
puddle. I was a puddle on the floor of just emotion and sweat.
Because you knew.
Oh,
You knew what was gonna happen.
You knew without him even saying it, but he said it anyway. And you're like,
Oh, dude.
my heart. Not a dry eye. If you don't cry during that episode, you are the spawn of Satan. You have a black heart, like you do, and you don't deserve love.
You should put on your dating profile, like, did you cry during episode 3 of The Last of Us? If the answer is no,
100%.
swipe left. Swipe left. That's a sociopath. That's someone who has no feelings.
Has anything made you cry, Max? Like even a non-horror movie?
So I talk about this a lot on this podcast. I don't cry during movies a lot because movies are an hour long and I don't think that's enough time to get invested into characters. So I
What movie
cry.
are you watching that's an hour long?
I mean,
An
like,
hour-long movie?
at least an
Hours
hour.
long?
I mean,
1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah. So like, I'm one of those people like when I get invested in someone, like it takes time. Like if people are being mean to Defiled, I'll cry. Or Allie, I'll cry. But like,
Same.
if I watch like a movie for the first time, I'm gonna be like, it's a movie, it's fine. I'll live, you know. Whereas everyone else is just crying their eyes out. A bunch of my friends. A bunch of my friends get mad at me because I don't cry at The Lion King.
I mean, that's fine.
It's
You're
tough.
an adult.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah. But like that specifically is like that movie is the movie that everyone cries at because the fucking ginger dies. That's the only time that a ginger dies and people cry, you know? It's fine.
Did you cry during Up?
No.
I cried
Dude,
the entire movie.
I've never cried. Like Up is sad at the beginning. I've never cried during the opening credits of a movie before my whole life. Like Up is not fair. Up is emotional terrorism. Like you can't wait to the end. Like because I don't think I got sad during any part of the whole movie. Like the whole movie was great. Like at the end with like the old man comes and like watches him get his badge and stuff. Like yeah, that's all great. But
What
watching
up
the
are
stupid
you
like
watching?
watching the story watching the story of like the old man and his wife at the beginning of the movie, I'm like, oh, like you can't do it at the beginning of a movie. It's
I
horrible. Like
know,
I'm already
I'm
exhausted.
crying.
I'm already
cried so
exhausted
hard.
before the movie even starts.
Right. Watching their life and then her fucking die, that was so hard. I think that part, the whole beginning sequence and the part where he has to choose whether to let go of the house or like save Kevin the bird or like the kid, and he chooses the kid and he lets go of the house, but the house ended up falling exactly where he wanted to. I was a mess. I have goosebumps now.
But you're emotionally unstable. You cry during like Life
Yeah.
is Strange. You cry. You cry a lot.
Life is Strange is a
No.
sad
Life
game,
is Strange-
all
You
right?
cry a lot.
Thank you.
Life
Chat,
is
That's
Strange is like
that is the game that
16-year-old, they're
I
like,
cried
have
for.
magic
in the
powers.
chat.
Life is Strange is horrible.
It's a great game. Excuse
16-year-old.
yourself. I'm banning him in my chat. He's
Listen,
gone.
Life is Strange is 13 Reasons Why the game. I don't like it.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yes.
Yes, that's
13 Reasons Why the
that's
game.
exactly it. I like that. That's exactly it. But I mean, the storytelling's so good, and I only cried at the end of, and then I didn't cry at the end of Before the Storm, but I cried in the middle, and then I cried at the beginning of True Colors.
Didn't you cry during like Resident Evil or something like that?
Resident Evil
Like
8.
with the
I got a
baby?
dead
Yeah,
dad.
with the baby.
Everyone take a drink.
Take a trip.
Like, hasn't your
Pull
dad
one
been
back,
dead for like a
boys.
long time?
8 people just leave the chat because
was-
they're all
yeah,
just
when
like
he,
going to
like-
the hospital.
When he like gives the baby to the mother and like stays back. That's sad. That was sad.
I didn't understand. The one thing about Resident Evil 8 that didn't make sense to me is like that big like merchant guy, his belly button was always out.
Yeah.
It was just like, dude, why?
Defile,
I've
go
never
stick your
seen
finger
so-
in it.
It's so gross, dude. Belly buttons are the worst thing on the planet.
Me and,
If they made a movie called Belly Button, I would kill myself. That's how much I hate belly buttons. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. If that's what we're doing,
me and
Do you
Defile.
wanna know a
if that's what we're
secret?
doing now, I don't want to know anything if it has to do with some like belly hole. If it has to do with the orifice in the middle of your stomach, no,
I think you
no.
do.
I know
think
what
you
I
do.
know what Allie's about to say.
I think you do.
Oh wait, don't you have two belly buttons?
No. How dare you? I'm
thought
an
you told me-
alien.
I don't know, dude. I forgot. I think you told me you had two belly buttons once. Somebody said that.
I have a fake belly button.
That's right. You
Oh,
have a
I
fake
thought
belly
you said
button. I knew
you.
that.
I thought you said you had no belly button. I thought you just didn't have one.
Then I'm an alien.
No,
then
it's
I'm
fake.
from
It's
another
a fake
planet
one, I
for
think.
sure.
No, I
No,
thought
I
you just
have-
got it like removed for some reason.
No, my belly button looks incredibly real though. He did a good job.
Kind of hard to fuck up a hole in the middle of someone's stomach, though. You know?
They take like a punk, like the thing that they use what is it called? High school for paper. The puncture thing. Punk. They did that.
The hole puncher?
Belly
hole
button.
puncher.
You had such a terrible time saying that.
I couldn't say it. My brain wouldn't allow me to.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, they took a hole puncher and they just did that to my stomach and they gave me a new belly button.
Do you guys have a favorite horror movie from last year?
Last year?
Ooh,
Yeah,
you go first,
2023.
Max.
No, you go first.
Oh my
Actually,
god.
Defiled, you go
second.
first. I'm gonna do some
You go
Googling.
first.
When Evil Lurks, I think.
Oh yeah,
It's like
that was
it's
really
like in
good.
Spanish. Yeah, it's a Spanish horror film
Hmm.
about possession. But it's like not really like I've never seen a movie about possession that I like really liked. And then this like movie's insane. I don't think the concept's even been done before. It's just like everything can get possessed, like animals do, and like it's just people getting possessed and like harming themselves, harming other people out of nowhere. Like someone will get
The
possessed
ch-
and drive a car into a kid. It's crazy.
the children killing in that movie is
Dude,
insane.
there's a scene and when evil lurks, this mom gets possessed and she's walking along the side of the road with her kid like in her hand, and she's like unscrewing its head and pulls part of its head off and then starts just taking parts of its head out and like throwing them everywhere. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, there are lots of scenes in that movie where I'm like, what the fuck?
The dog scene was insane. Her yelling, like the little girl like yelling as the dog is like ripping her apart, but you can't see,
That was rough.
you can't see the scene. You could just hear it. It was really rough, and
Dude.
you knew that dog was possessed, and you
Yeah.
knew it was about to fuck up that little girl, and you're just waiting for it. And that camera angle that you get from kind of behind, I think it was, or yeah, I think it was kind of from behind. And then it just fucking it goes like this, and she goes off screen, and then you can just hear her. You can't even see it. Oh,
or like
my
when
God.
that lady's got that lady has the axe and she's like hitting herself in the face with it, but she's doing it like softly, and it's still
Yeah.
just like indenting her face. I'm just like, what the? The movie was just brilliantly done. Like, it's almost a flawless film.
Yeah, I agree. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, Max, it's called When Evil Lurks. It's
I need to see it.
it's Spanish film.
On Shudder.
Yeah, it's on Shudder.
Gotcha.
It's fantastic. It's better than its first movie.
It's so good. It's just brilliantly done. Like, the concept's good, the killings are good, everything. It's just like, it's chef's kiss to horror movies. I think we're getting the best horror that's ever been done right now. It's just amazing. It
was so good.
Max, there's so many
twice.
movies that you haven't seen, dude. Like, you get to experience them for the first time. Like, you get to experience The Last of Us. You get to experience the sadness, the When Evil. Like, there's so much stuff that you get to watch for the very first time. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Max, do you have your answer for last year, what your favorite horror movie was?
Winnie the Pooh,
totally
Blood
have
and
mine.
Honey.
It wasn't.
I'm 100% joking.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I was like,
100%
actually
joking.
okay.
I hated it. I thought it was the worst movie
It
I've ever
is
seen.
a shitty movie. No,
No, dude. When they run over that chick's head, I was like.
But the
cool.
blood was fake. It looked so CG when they ran over it, and that was the problem.
when I googled the list of movies from last year, there's so many movies that I didn't know that I forgot about last year, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Renfield came out last year. I really enjoyed the second Nun movie.
I didn't see that. I never saw either of them.
I didn't see the first one. I've heard the first one's not great.
It was horrible.
But
You didn't watch the first one?
No, I haven't watched many of the Conjuring movies. I've seen like the first 2 Conjuring movies, and that's about it.
Good.
I watched the second Nun movie in the Ghoul Friends Discord, and I think I only enjoyed that movie because I was with friends. But if I had to pick a movie that I saw alone, I think probably Saw 10 was a really good one.
Ooh,
Saw 10, Scream 6, and Evil Dead Rise were probably my favorites, only because I got to like witness those in like the movie theater. So, and we had great podcast episodes about them, which you can check out on the YouTube.
Do you guys like Scream as a franchise? Do you think that it's like?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even
I don't like Scream 5. I hate Scream 5.
Scream 5
it's the same movie over and over again. I have a knife and I'm gonna knife and I'm gonna stab you, and I do.
It's the same concept
over and over
with
again.
different ideas in each one.
Yeah,
it takes on a different it takes on different subgenres of horror. Like the last one was like what is the like new horror genre? It's like heightened horror. Like it's that horror where it's like The Conjuring, like The Nun, like the
the Wandaverse.
Yeah, like where it's like scary, but it's like PG-13 movies. It like tackles those movies, but it does it in like a better R-rated movie. You know, like what like Saw. I think it's 4 tackles like, not Saw 4, Scream 4. Tackles torture porn. That was a good movie. I like Saw 4.
I like Scream 4 a lot. Oh, Saw 4? I
Scream 4.
like Scream 4.
Scream 4. No, I'm talking about Scream, but I keep mixing up. I'm sorry.
I guess that's like an intelligent way to like interpret the films. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an idiot because I watch the Scream movies. I'm just like, oh, guy with a mask and a knife. I haven't seen this before. First one I watched it when it came out, cool, because like I don't know, it came out in the '90s. Nothing cool was coming out in the '90s. Like everything came out in the '90s and it successed everything else, like Jurassic Park, Scream, new Freddy Krueger movies. I think the end of the Freddy Krueger franchise came out like at the beginning of the '90s, and like I don't know, it was cool. But now it's like you fast forward and it's 2024. We've been doing the Scream movies now for 20 years, over 20 years now. I think 20 20 plus.
Yeah.
And they just get an axe. You got to use a knife the whole movie. I don't know. It's just
I definitely think
the same thing.
I definitely think the first one is the best Scream movie.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that believes that there is no bad Scream movies, that there's just some Scream movies that are worse than others. But that's just me. I just
Someone
love
just said Thanksgiving. Someone just said Thanksgiving, and I can't like.
Mine. Wait, that was mine. Wait, that was mine. That was my favorite movie.
Somebody in chat.
It.
That's Thanksgiving is one of the best slasher movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
in
Power is
my
right.
life.
Saw it.
Wait a minute. Did you say it was worse?
Me?
Did you say it's worst movie? Who just said?
No, it was the best movie. No, it's the best.
Okay.
One of the best
I said
movies.
I
It's
never
the best
saw
slasher
it.
I've ever seen.
Oh,
It's
so
so good.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
It is
It's so
good. I
Dude, Eli
rewatched
Roth
it literally
kills it.
this week.
Eli
It was
Roth is
so
so
good.
good.
Oh, Eli Roth is the
kills-
best director. Hands
The
down.
kills are immaculate. I
so
love.
good.
I can take a shitty movie if the kills are amazing, and this movie was good, and the kills were amazing. I
my God,
absolutely
it was great.
loved it. It was so good. It was so reminiscent of like 80s slashers, and it's an Allison movie. Like I was so happy walking out of the theater.
It was a great
everything I
movie.
wanted. So good.
I think that like Thanksgiving is like every good scene in all the Scream movies, but all put into one movie. Because Scream has good kills in it. There's like there's this scene in Scream, I forget which one it is. Maybe I think it's the 4th one, where like the killer actually like disembowels. You see like the person that's dead in like a bedroom, but there's like guts everywhere, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That was a really really cool scene. You know what I mean? There's like other scenes where I'm like, oh, this is like a little graphic for the Scream movies. This is really cool. And like I feel like Scream just has like, it feels like they have training wheels on all their movies, and they're like, oh, we don't want to show too much because we want everyone to like it. And it's like, no, dude, just make something authentic. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel authentic to me. Thanksgiving felt like authentic Scream, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. And it did
Eli feel Roth. Like it was authentic. Yeah, and it did feel like authentic Scream. And you really have to like be careful with Eli Roth, because like I was saying, we were talking about our like the movies that give us the ick, and Max and I both mentioned Hostel, and that's Eli Roth.
Hostel.
Yeah,
he only did the first one.
He only did the first
one. He might have been.
One?
I think he might have been the second one. But I think
because the third one doesn't.
He definitely did the first. He definitely did the first one, but maybe the second one as well, because the third one is just apparently garbage.
Oh, it's so bad. It's super bad. But that Eli Roth, like I go into Eli Roth movies and I'm like, it's a gamble. I either love the movie or I'm just so disgusted by the end that I can never watch that again. Thanksgiving is so palatable, even though like there is gore. It's not over the top. It's not for like no purpose. Like it is necessary gore, and the kills are so effing good. I can't wait for Max to watch it. Max, I can't wait.
Max, what's going on, man? Are you trapped in 2016? Have you seen any of the new movies that are coming out, dude?
Yeah.
Are you stuck somewhere? Do you need help?
I need to get a Shudder subscription.
Are you trapped?
I just need to pay for Shudder at some point.
Shudder is the best $5 I spend a month.
It's $5.
You
Oh,
can
then
go
why
on
don't I
random
have
sites
that?
and just watch these movies for free.
I could, but
I
I'm
know
one of
that
those.
I've had it since the beginning, so I got like the beginner price.
Mm.
I don't know if they like upped it or anything.
Dude,
I think it
Shudder's
might be
like $5 a
$5.99
month.
or yeah.
I'm one of
$4.99.
those people that I prefer to do physical media, so it takes a while for me to like get like different horror movies because I know what I like and I want to make sure I enjoy the movie first. And I just don't enjoy like streaming services as much as everyone else does, even though I use them. Like I use if a movie is free on Prime, I'll watch it, and then I'll get it if I really enjoy it, so I can watch it again. But
Did you guys see the Menu?
no, and I
That was
need
so
to.
good. I didn't expect.
That was
I didn't know what
so
to expect.
good. That was
Another
so good.
movie I need to watch.
Don't watch the trailer. Don't watch the
I haven't
trailer.
heard
Just
anything
go.
about
Don't
it.
watch it.
Just
It'll
go
ruin it.
watch the movie. That was really good, and also I really like this series called Hell House.
I love
And
those
Hell House
movies.
Hell
Those
House
movies are
came
good.
out with its 4th movie called The Carmichael Manor,
Mhm.
and I've watched it like 6 times already. It's really cool found footage, and The Carmichael Manor was probably another one of my top horror movies of last year.
Where do you find time to watch a movie 4 times?
I've watched the entire series of Ash vs. Evil Dead 7 times.
Dude, that series is the best thing about that. The Evil Dead like universe.
Yeah.
The show is the best thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing they've ever done.
It's the most palatable to, I think, a variety of people, right? Like there's a certain type of person who loves Evil Dead 1, and then there's the people who hate Evil Dead 1. And
I like the remake.
I like the 2016 remake with Jane Levy.
The remake was so insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it has a right to be as good as it is.
The remake
I
was
agree
the
with you.
first Evil Dead
Amazing
movie
job.
I ever saw.
You could tell that the people who remade Evil Dead loved it by the remake. Like I'm sorry, you could tell the people who made the remake loved the original stuff because there's so much in there from the original that like you can't hate it because there's so much from it that's from the original. You're pretty much just watching the original again because that's what they did. They didn't redo it. They didn't redo the story. It's the same thing with like they introduced like a drug addict and that's like the only new part of it.
They made it more modern, but by her needing to like go to this remote cabin to get clean. It felt like Evil Dead, and I don't think that Evil Dead Rise felt like Evil Dead to me. But the 2016 Evil Dead felt like Evil Dead, and the acting was great.
Evil Dead Rise, it was a really big departure. Like even especially like with the monster at the end because they'd never done anything like that. It's usually like I don't know. Actually, no, they did monsters like that in the show.
I was like, yeah.
But like I don't know. I thought it was cool. I like the way that it's going. I hope that like more Evil Dead stuff comes out. I mean, I'm not like a fanatic about it like you are, but like I really enjoy the content and I enjoy the movies. I didn't like this Evil Dead 2 because I thought it was like lazy, but I like Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 1. What?
You didn't like Evil Dead 2? I'm just slapping you across the face right now. Boop.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
my
No,
favorite
Evil
movie.
Dead 2. It's the same as Evil Dead 1. It's the same movie.
A little bit.
A little bit.
There are
like
differences.
the same set pieces, the same actor. It's like one guy like fighting his hand the whole movie. I'm like, fuck this. Are you joking? And then at the end, it's cool because then like he cuts it off and he goes into another dimension. And then Army of Darkness is great and like Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Darkness is the best.
It's just the only movie that I'm just like, I think this was a little bit like there wasn't enough like love and care put into it, but I get it because the budget and like Sam Raimi and it was the 80s and I completely get it. I was just like, people like this?
It's my favorite movie.
I got to experience Max's first time watching Army of Darkness and Evil Dead 1 and 2, I think.
It was just
together.
Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness.
It was Army of Darkness. I got to watch it. We were having a night in Cantina, and we all watched them together. And he never seen it before. He only saw the remake of Evil Dead. So it was so. And then after, I was so like, I'm like, oh no, I hope he likes it. And then like after, I was like, did you like them? And Max goes, they're my new favorite movies.
I was hooked from there on.
And then you were like, haha, got you, Max. It's on a streaming service, and you can't own the physical media. And Max is like, no. And then he melted.
I literally like ordered the series on DVD the next day.
Max, do you have to own the physical media in order to enjoy the
No.
film, or do you need?
No, I just like preserving like things that I love, you know? Like if streaming services like end. So like when like if I buy like a physical like movie, they can't take that away. I bought that with my money, you know?
You know, but that lives on the internet forever. You could go on like solarmovie.com and like watch any movie you want.
Yeah, but I'm not about pirating.
Max wants to keep the rich rich. Thank you, Max. Thank you for supporting the rich.
Fuck
You're like,
you.
that director needs another Ferrari. He needs it. His other one has got. You need it in yellow too. You gotta have it in yellow. I'm just kidding, Max. I'm just giving you shit.
Well, think about it this way, actually, Defiled. Do you know what the service Plex is?
No. Is that like?
Okay.
Is that when you like? Is that when I take my girlfriend and I like just lift her over my head and like throw her into a table? Is that
Suplex.
No, that's suplex.
You take her
Oh,
suplex today.
suplex.
Suplex.
Okay.
Suplex. So Plex is a streaming service that you buy like a movie and then it stays on your server. You know, whatever. My friend
Oh.
does illegal downloading, right? And downloads anything that we want onto his. You do too. A lot of people do onto that server, and he gives us the permission to go use it. Now, if I watch Ash versus Evil Dead on Plex, instead of going to the Stars app, then that means that my view is not counting. And when Ash versus Evil Dead ended all of a sudden, like on season 3, because of low views or whatever, I almost feel like, because I'm watching it on Plex, I feel like responsible for like its ending. Because I'm like, I'm watching it illegally instead of giving the view. I'm not thinking about it as giving, Sam Raimi a Ferrari. I'm not really, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking of
Yes, because he
hey,
needs another
like,
one.
Right,
Well,
but I'm like, oh shit, like I'm the reason why Ash versus Evil Dead ended.
Well, not only that, like it would be dumb for me to think that like, oh, it's just one guy getting rich, because like they need to pay the lighting guy, they have to pay like the whole production studio. Like there's people that go in there and like they're doing the best. Blue collar workers work at these studios and like they need to make money too. So like it would be dumb of me to not like to just generalize it as like, oh, pirate the movie because they're not. But at the same time, it's like good content is not being created over the last like few years. Like you get movies like Talk to Me or like the When Evil Lurks, The Sadness, like The Woman, Barbarian, Loved Ones. Like there's good movies coming out. But like it's just there's so few and far between. But it's like, if the new Avengers movies comes out and like I don't want to like pay $20 to go see it, I'm gonna watch it for free. Cause like But like, with the Stars app, like I had the Stars app. I watched Ash vs. Evil Dead like when it came out, like week by week by week. Stuff like that, like I'll support. You know what I mean? But if it's like one of these stupid superhero movies that needed to go away and die, like I'm not watching Deadpool. I'm not watching any of these new. Like I can't do superhero movies anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're not taking any money from anybody by streaming those things. They're like they're billion-dollar conglomerate people. So.
Yeah,
Ash vs. Evil Dead makes sense.
The last superhero movie I think I watched was like Winter Soldier.
You can
I've
stop
never
there.
agreed with
That's
Martin
fine.
Scorsese more. Martin Scorsese was like, "Oh yeah, they're not cinema," and I've never agreed with someone more in my whole life. Like superhero movies are not cinema; it's just garbage. Like you could do better. Like make better sci-fi movies. Make better like instead of Star Wars, how about you write a new IP that like other people can resonate with? That's like super new. They're trying. They're trying. They had like a couple. They just did. Zack Snyder just did one on Netflix, and then there was like another one before that on Hulu or something like that. They're doing the best they can, but I think people just like they're clinging on to this Marvel shit and they can't let it go. But it's like, dude, it's not good anymore. Like, how many multiverses do we need? Like, oh wait, there's another timeline. It's like, who gives a shit? Like they did a rehash of Beavis and Butthead, and that was cool. I like that. But they did stupid multiverse with that too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's disappointing. I haven't seen the new Beavis and Butthead. Have I? I
It's
don't
pretty
know.
it's pretty cool. Like if for nostalgia, you know what I mean? Like it's not like the best movie I've ever seen, but it was really cool to see that IP just go back to work and like not be a Marvel movie. I'm so sick of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, going back to Ash versus Evil Dead. Obviously, like during half of this third season of Ash versus Evil Dead, like so many other really great or not great series, the series just gets canned, and it's just like, all right, well, you just have to wrap this up. And I thought for that happening in Ash versus Evil Dead, like mid-season, I thought the ending was as good as they could have done. My question is that with the ending that we were given, if you guys remember the ending of Ash versus Evil Dead, would you have liked to see Evil Dead Rise be what happened after?
Yeah,
Like
for
it
sure.
follows Pablo, Kelly, and his kid,
Mhm.
and like have them either fight evil or do what they gotta do, have their storyline continue. Why didn't they take advantage of that? Someone had to have thought that. I thought that would have been a way bigger, like a way better like idea than Evil Dead Rise, which
So
like doesn't feel like Evil Dead to me.
Evil Dead Rise, or no, I'm sorry, Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead at the end. That's like when they go back to the hometown and like they see all the people that know Ash and they're like, Ash is a killer
Mm-hmm.
and he's crazy. And
Uh-huh.
he goes to the school and they do all this school stuff. That's the last season, right? If
That's
I'm
the school,
remembering
yeah, with
correctly.
Brandy as kid. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I don't remember
Yeah.
like the
Sure.
end.
Sure. So at the end, they Kanda, the demon of all demons, gets released. It's giant. It's like Godzilla, and there's like I think there was like the army, the SWAT team or whatever. They're gathering up, Kelly, Pablo, Brandy, and they put him in the back of a car, and Brandy's like, "You're coming too, Dad," and he's just like, there's only one way to end this and it's with me, gives her the necklace that he gave Linda and Evil Dead, and they go off, they say their goodbyes. Ash gets into a tank, starts to blow up Kanda.
Yeah.
Kanda dies and ends up falling on top of Ash, and you are guessing that he is dead, but you kind of see like a camera angle of his body getting dragged from like the feet down, and then it like pans to like this many years into the future. Everything is like robotic, and he wakes up and they're like, the chosen one has woken up. And they're just like, we need you, Ash, evil is back. And they're like, how do you feel? And he's like, groovy,
Yeah.
Which was, I was like, I felt like that was a nod to Army of Darkness with the eyes too long, or like
Yeah.
that ending,
Yeah.
which I got it, but like I'm an Evil Dead like fanatic, so I was like, I'm okay with this ending with what we had to deal with. But man, I would have loved to see if they could have just went on with the series, even just like one more season, right? Because I feel like after 4 seasons, shit starts to get stale. You're risking a lot. Just one more season. I would have loved to see how they would have actually wrapped it up, but I was fine with it. I would have loved to see Evil Dead Rise be about Kelly, Pablo, and Brandy doing the Lord's work.
So the way that Evil Dead or Ash vs. the Evil Dead ended, it ends like with him. Sorry, like my cat. If I don't pay attention to her, she will not like. She'll just scream.
Yeah,
So
that Ash ends up
she's
dead
being
by
she's being
daylight.
good. Um, the end of Ash versus the Evil Dead, it pans out into the future, right? Like, doesn't it go like sometime later or something like that? And then like he
Yeah.
wakes up, or they're all crowded around, and then they kind of
Mhm.
acknowledge him. I feel like that would have been like cheesy if they would have been like, if they would have taken that IP to the future and then based more content off of that. I feel like redoing it and doing it as like Evil Dead Rise and then kind of like explaining it from there gives them like the opportunity to do whatever they want to do with that material and with that content. Whereas like Ash vs. the Evil Dead, they kind of like pigeonholed it into like, okay, you have to do something in this time period because you ended it like this. So I think they kind of like figured out like, oh, what would we do with it from here? And they probably had some good ideas and good writers, but not enough to like get a season 4. But I'm glad that they got an Evil Dead Rise, because then we're obviously gonna get more movies. Things are obviously nope.
Oh, I was gonna say Brutus. That's Walter. Walter.
No, it's Broody.
Oh, it is Broody.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
Broody.
goodness.
Oh, sweet baby.
Yeah, she's hanging out.
Sweet baby angel. Oh my gosh, I
But
love
yeah,
cats so
no.
much. Yeah, we're definitely getting more Evil Dead movies. Bruce Campbell says that every 3 years they want to put out an Evil Dead movie, and I'm like, I am
Is he
fine
being
with
consulted with the new IP?
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I
like a
think-
producer or something.
I think legally
Yeah,
they
I saw
have
his
to
name
be
in the credits.
for the movies.
Really?
I think so. I think legally it's like Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell have to be connected to the movies for some reason.
Now, did you guys, when you first watched Evil Dead Rise, did you get the Bruce Campbell reference in the movie right away? Because it took me 2 watches to see it. I didn't get it right away. Did you, Max?
It's been so long since I've seen it. I probably did, but I just don't remember at this moment.
But I
It was
didn't
when
pick
they-
it out.
Yeah.
I was like scrolling through IGN one day and they pointed it out and I was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I didn't like notice right off the bat.
I didn't notice until like I was like, oh, there's no Bruce Campbell reference, and then everyone was like, did you get the Bruce Campbell reference? And I'm like, well, where was it?
Wasn't he like the announcer for something? Like, wasn't his voice?
No, he was on the
like-
tape. His voice was
His
on
voice
the
was on the
tapes.
tape. That's what it was.
The
yeah.
announcer. Yeah, he's the
I
wrestling
don't know, like,
announcer
no,
in,
like, I remember, like, his-
Spider-Man 2.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of stuff. He was in Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in
Xena.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Xena.
I was just thinking, like, I heard
he
it.
was
I know
in,
his voice was
He's
in the
Black
movie,
Friday.
and like I didn't know how else to say it other than like, yeah,
Black
he was
Friday
the
was so
announcer, you know.
He's the
But, like,
announcer. I love that.
Yeah.
Black Friday's so good. You've seen that?
Oh, I
Defile?
love Black Friday.
I saw
It's
the
Evil
first half
Dead
of
in a
it.
toy store.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I saw the
good.
first half of it.
Why?
Oh,
You
wait,
see all of
I
it?
did watch of it. I did watch all of it. Well, sometimes like I watch movies on my phone a lot, so sometimes I'll have to like stop and do something else because of just life happening. But I think I saw the whole thing. I remember liking it.
It's a good
Yeah.
movie.
There's what's not to like. It's Bruce Campbell and Devin Sowa.
Yeah.
It's fucking Evil Dead in a toy store. I was very entertained.
I'm
I
pretty
love
su-
how you think like Bruce Campbell and Leonardo DiCaprio are like the same talent.
What do you
They're
mean?
not. They are not.
No, they're not.
Bruce
They're
Cam-
not.
Bruce Campbell is fine, but like like he's not a great actor.
No, he's the same. He's kind of like the same in every role.
Yeah.
He has an amazing persona and he's
Mhm.
fun to watch. And I think that
Mhm.
like people enjoy him,
Mhm.
but I think he's only good for like certain things. I think he's self-aware campy. He's like Nicolas
Yeah.
Cage. Like Nicolas Cage knows
Yes.
he's campy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's just
That's why
self-aware,
you
like,
love
he's in on
both
the
those
joke.
actors.
Yes. Yes.
They're in on the joke.
And Justin Long, I feel like, is like 10 years away from being that.
Yeah.
Like, he just needs to get a little older and he could be in like the Nick Cage, Bruce Campbell category. Because he's also like, funny, you can't take him seriously. He knows he's campy. Like, but I'll watch anything Bruce Campbell is in.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Bubba Hotep?
I need to watch it.
What? The
Bubba
hell is
Hotep?
that?
That's the Elvis movie, right?
Yeah,
Evil
so
Dead
Bubba
with
Hotep-
Elvis.
Yeah, so the movie Defiled, it's great. You'll love this description. It's Bruce Campbell plays Elvis, who lives in a retirement home and has erectile dysfunction. And he's the real Elvis, but people are like, he's like, I'm Elvis, and people are like, yeah, okay, Elvis. And they tell the backstory about how he actually is the real Elvis, and then he switched places with an Elvis impersonator because he like didn't want the fame or whatever. So he's really Elvis, and then the mummy comes and fucks shit up. It's a retirement home mummy. It's so good. It's so good. It's called Bubba Hotep. It's so good. You have something to watch now,
No, I'm not watching
Mr.
that.
Mister.
Does not sound.
It's Bruce Campbell as Elvis. What is so? What? I mean, if that didn't
Yeah.
sell you,
My cat just said that if I
Nice.
watch it, my cat was like, if you watch that, I'm gonna call you a homophobic slur. Did you see her just now say that? She said, if you watch that movie, I'm gonna call you a slur. And I'm like, I don't want to be called a slur. I can't do it.
that cat did not say that.
She
That's
did. She's like, if you watch Bubba Hotep, I'm gonna call you the G word. I'm like, what? You can't say that. It's 2024. She's like, I'll say it. I can't do it.
Genie?
I can't do it. I love my cat very much. I don't want to be called homophobic slurs by my cat. You be a
Sorry,
good girl.
step
You don't
back.
call dad. You don't call dad slurs.
Max.
I've been good this whole time. That was the only time I told a joke that was like, oh, we could get. And at least I waited till the end. Did you guys see Talk to Me?
Yes.
No.
And if anybody can make that cover me, but the hand be like the Italian hand, please, and have it say "Talk to Me," TAWK, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, now I
Peas and
hate that
carrots.
movie, and I'm never watching it again. I hate it
Talk
now.
to me.
I hate it now. Now it's
That
just gonna,
has
every time
that has brutal child stuff too. The
Ah,
brother
well,
gets
children-
fucked up.
listen.
Don't say
Children are
brutal
the
child
worst.
stuff. I want to have a career too, Allie. God.
Brutal child stuff.
I'm getting canceled after this.
Yeah, and it's gonna be all
There's no
your
way,
guys'
this
fault,
wasn't even
and I'm
that
gonna
bad.
get in the crossfire for it.
This
Because
is
it's on
not
my
even-
channel.
This is not even that bad. Somebody in your chat says they want a lore accurate Doom movie. Dude, that would be the coolest thing in the entire world, because Doom there's so much there that they could do, or even like Dead Space.
I want a
So much.
graphic
Just-
bunny death.
What the fuck?
That's the lore of Doom. The Doom guy's bunny gets dragged to hell, like ripped apart, and then he goes on a killing spree.
Is that true?
Yeah. There's an ending cutscene where Doom guy is holding his dead rabbit Daisy's head as he comes out of hell.
Ooh.
I
In,
might
like, the
might just
original-
be a little bit of a fan.
Wait a minute. Are you
I'll
talking
DM
about
you the
like
picture. Hold on.
like 2016 Doom lore, or are you talking about old?
No,
like,
I'm talking
8-bit,
about old
1990?
lore. Like-
Okay, so he's got like an 8-bit bunny head.
Yeah.
I don't know the story of the original one. I know the story of like 2016. But I grew up playing Doom.
Fair.
Like I played all the Ultimate Doom 64. Dude, Doom 64 underrated.
Doom 64 is
underplayed.
really good.
People need to get on Doom 64. They need to get on it. It's probably my favorite IP. It's probably my favorite. Like it's mindless, but it's brilliant. And I think they made it really hard. So like it took me forever to beat. It took me years.
Yeah. Defiled, I sent you a picture. You should look at it.
He's holding his bunny. I gotta look at this.
That's a cool phone case. Very neat. Very bright. Oh boy.
Did you
See
get-
TikTok.
Did you? Where'd you put it?
It's on Instagram.
Oh
damn
shit.
That's the only
what
place we
is-
talk.
What is Doom about?
It's your penis, Max. It's his goddamn penis. You should get that cut a little bit. It's like looks like a sleeve. Looks like you're wearing a long sleeve shirt, but the sleeve's too long. Just kidding.
You weren't supposed to
Healthy
tell people
points.
about that. God.
Max's face is so red after that. I was like, is it true? I was like,
I
did you
don't-
just send him a picture?
I don't know if I
Imagine.
buy. I don't know if I buy this that he went to hell to get, because he's not even in hell. He's on Mars. Like demons invade Mars. He's on the Mars moon, and demons are all over the Mars moon. Demons are like on Earth. So I don't know if I buy this whole he went to hell. There's no way that John Wick was John Wick with the Doom guy, but with a rabbit.
I just watched John Wick 3.
I haven't seen 3 or 4, but those are the best ones people say. But I've seen the first 2.
I saw 1 and 3, and I have skipped 2 and 4. I don't know what's wrong
Dude,
with me.
They're supposed to be connected to like Greek mythology somehow. Like if you watch
Really?
them and like I don't know, dude. I'm not like on that level of nerd where like I can like piece that out, but like if it was explained to me, I'd probably be like, oh shit, that's rad.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, like it completely escapes me. I'm just like, oh, it's how is that Greek mythology? It looks like a guy upset at his dog. Now he wants his car back, and now he has long hair, and his beard doesn't fully grow in, so he's upset. I don't know. It's a good. I mean, I like John Wick. It's good.
Yeah.
Good content. I mean, it's better than some of the other stuff that comes out.
John Wick, Keanu Reeves is in an Eli Roth movie called
It's
Knock
so
Knock.
good. Knock Knock.
It's so good.
It's so good. At the end, he's like, "You bitches, you bitches,
you bitches, you bitches."
It's so good. And it's
Dude,
so good, and it's like
so
weirdly
good.
erotic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's
It's a
gonna
very,
bang.
it's
He's
a
gonna
very,
bang.
yeah.
Because it's
a
like
very
girls
dirty,
breaking in,
uncomfortable
and they're
movie.
like, "You're gonna bang me." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need rope or handcuff. I don't need anything. You don't need like, you don't mean me to put a little crazy drink. You're good. And they're like, you bang me. They're like, no, I don't want to. And they're like, you bang me now. It's like, no. And they entrap him, and they're like, if you don't bang me, we're gonna tell your neighbors and your wife, and we're gonna call everybody. And it's such a disgustingly horrible movie. It's like there's nothing like that bad in it. It's just really bad. It's a bad movie.
It's just bad, and it has a kind of like line in it, kind of like The Strangers when they're like, why? Liv Tyler's like, why are you doing this? And the girl stranger is like, because you were home. At the end, kind of at the endish of the movie, she was like, because it takes place during like a holiday, like 4th of July or like something like that. So everyone's gone on vacation. They live in this cul-de-sac, and they were like, we've re-rang every other door. You're the only one that picked up. So it doesn't matter who he is. They just did this to him and ruined his life. And you are watching this man's life be ruined by these two girls who are just, it's unbelievable. And Keanu Reeves has the most amazing speech when he is like, is inappropriate, but he's just like, but you sucked my dick. Like at the end when he just like yelling like,
that movie. Okay.
It's so
I haven't seen it, but I know that clip.
Funny.
I know that clip.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's a great, and the ending is so, oh my God. I'm just like, his life's ruined. I loved it. It was so good. No gore. Like that's an example of an Eli Roth movie that like, there's no gore in that. It's just a fucked up situation movie. Loved it. And I think it's on Hulu. Nice. For anyone who wants to know. I think it's on Hulu.
Where did I watch it? On Netflix? I watched it on Netflix or Hulu. Not too long ago. Like I think I watched it last year for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I promise I'm paying attention to you. My cat's just on my lap, so I'm trying to like.
Oh no, you're totally good. I know what it's.
I'm trying to keep her happy.
I was gonna make a joke there, but I'm not going to.
Oh, nor.
I was gonna make a really sussy joke.
You're such a fucking pervert, man.
Only for you. Wink.
You send me pictures of your dong and my Instagram while we're like trying to do this podcast, and you're like, "Hey, look at my sleeve," and I'm like, "What?" Just... Hold on, I can't do it. Can I get a picture of it?
Are you taking a picture of your?
It was this. It was this. Max sent me a picture of this. How dare you, Max?
That reminds me of like Jackass, where he's like the black mamba, and it would just go and just like when you do like a black sock, you just slap the people with it. That makes me laugh. Stupid humor makes me laugh.
Beetlejuice 2's coming out.
What do you guys think? Let's talk about it.
Wait. This is the first that I'm hearing about this. What?
It's gonna
really?
Suck. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
So we have Lydia Dietz grown up, right? So
yeah, I think it's gonna be Jenna Ortega or something like that.
Jenna Ortega is going to play her kid. We have Michael Keaton. That's the only saving grace here is that it might be good because of Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's so good. I don't know.
Michael Keaton came back in that Flash movie and he sucked ass. It was so bad.
Yeah, because it's a superhero movie.
So bad.
That's no fault of Michael Keaton. It's a fucking superhero movie.
Like Michael Keaton Batman is good, but like if you watch it now, it's not that good. You're just like,
well, yeah, because there's so many better Batman now.
Dude, Robert Pattinson is the best Batman. I don't care. He's the best.
I'd agree.
Batman.
I'd agree.
What? He's the best Batman. Better than Christian Bale. He's like a detective Batman. He'll punch you in your mouth and your teeth will fly all over the floor. He's a realistic Batman. I don't know, and he's not a superhero. There's no like powers. His superhero, he's rich. He doesn't like the poor people. He beats up poor people.
He's Tom Segura.
Yeah, the superpower is he goes and finds poor people committing crimes and he like shoots them with his like, I don't know, ties them up.
He's getting rid of the pores.
But yeah, what
It's
were we talking
time.
about before Batman? Oh, Michael Keaton and Beetlejuice 2.
Beetlejuice, yes.
I don't know
Do
if
we
it's
know?
in-
Do you know the synopsis of Beetlejuice 2? Like, what's it about?
I just know Winona Ryder, Michael Keaton, Jenna Ortega.
Like, does Batman? Oh my God! Does Beetlejuice come and he's just like, I didn't get you, so I'm gonna get your daughter. I don't know why I'm doing.
I have no idea.
I would
Beetlejuice
love
is more like
one Batman
like
joke in that movie.
mischievous.
Just one.
There's no way Keaton's doing that. Well, maybe it's like that kind of movie. I feel like he might.
Yeah.
Do we get like Catherine O'Hara too, and fathead Alec Baldwin?
Dude, Catherine O'Hara.
Dude, I fucking
Alec Baldwin will shoot someone if he like,
I fucking
another movie.
forgot that Alec Baldwin is the fucking dad in that movie. I rewatched
I know, his
it
head's
recently.
So much smaller.
Yeah,
But
like,
you forgot- you
but like
didn't-
I forgot that he like due to him like wearing glasses. I was like, that's fucking Alec Baldwin. What the fuck?
You imagine Beetlejuice is a good guy in the movie?
Beetle
Oh my
guys.
God! Then who's the bad? Then who would be the bad guy?
That is true. I think they might try to make him a good guy. I think like Michael Keaton returning, like he's only returning as a good guy. I don't think he's gonna return as like some weird, especially with how old he is. He's probably like, you better make me a good guy. So they'll write him in as a good one. That's a good flip.
I want to know what it's
You
about.
remember the cartoon?
No, I know the cartoon. I have not seen it.
Dude, the cartoon was so good. I used to watch like hours of that cartoon as a kid. I can't remember anything about it. I think like most of it takes place in another dimension.
Mhm. Yeah, something like that.
No,
Like Lydia's
my
is
friends
his
did a
name 3 times.
costume, like cosplay of it for work one time, and it was so good.
Beetlejuice is a good guy in the cartoon, so it would make sense if he was a good guy in the new movie.
You know what cartoon is really shitty? The
What?
fucking Little Shop of Horrors cartoon.
I never saw
I didn't
that.
even know that existed.
Oh, it's so bad. The plant fucking raps in that show.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
kidding. It's so bad.
God damn it, Max.
And like the
It's like one of the
backgrounds
only
are
musicals I
awful.
like.
It's bad.
I'm just a mean green mama from outer space, and I'm
Yeah,
bad.
that movie is good because it's not, the plant doesn't rap. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm personally a big fan of the black and white Little Shop of Horrors more, but I like black and white horror movies more than most people, so.
I like them too.
Do you
Like
have a
House on
favorite horror
Haunted
movie
Hill?
of all time, Max?
My favorite horror movie of all time is Murders in the Rue Morgue from 1932.
But
It's based on an
Say
Edgar Allan
goodbye.
poem.
oh, god damn it, Max. Oh, Edgar Allan Poe. Did you see the Fall of the House of Usher?
No.
That was all based on Edgar Allan Poe, and it's
Nice.
really recent. And it's probably one of the best things I saw last year as far as like TV.
Nice.
You should watch that. I think
I'll
that like
watch it in
Last
like
of Us
6
and
years. So. When it's not popular
Next.
anymore.
it's not popular right now.
That's
People are
fine.
done watching it. No one's.
That's fine. I'll watch it in 6 years. When it's
God,
really
dude.
not popular. I'm
The
one of
same
those people.
directors. The same director did Hell House and Bly Manor, right?
Yeah.
Hell House.
Same
Hell
director.
House. Hell House.
Or the,
Hidden
the
City.
Haunting at Hill House, and then
Haunting
the
at
Bly
Hill
Manor.
House.
Mm.
I didn't
do
watch
you-
Bly Manor, but Hill House was amazing.
Bly Manor was not, I didn't think as good, but still very good. I thought that Hill House was absolutely incredible. That ending made me cry a little bit too. And
Yeah, it was
the
super.
the
emotional.
rewatch is great because if you watch it and you can see like ghosts in random places, you go to I found a website that showed you like all the ghosts, and I like rewatched it. It was really cool to like find all the ghosts. It was really neat.
It's like watching Game of Thrones again, because like like when you watch Game of Thrones again, you're kind of like you kind of have to watch it twice to be like affiliated with the story because it's so intricate. I feel the same way about The Haunting at Hill House. Like the story kind of
Mhm.
tethers itself over like the course of 4 or 5 different children, and they kind of intersect in each other's story. and you can kind of, I don't, for me, watching it a second time is kind of almost needed so that I can kind of put everything together. Some people could probably watch it once and be fine with it, but stories that are intricate like Game of Thrones and like Haunting at Hill House is just better when I watch it twice. And I notice more stuff too. Like I catch all the ghosts and I catch everything in there.
I think Max knows this already, but you remember in Hill House, the funeral parlor where they worked?
Yeah.
I went to a wedding there.
That's so dope, dude.
So that place is in like by Marietta, Georgia, and it's a wedding venue. But it's super like old and tacky looking. It totally looks like
it's in Georgia.
Yeah,
That's
so where
crazy.
they had the actual casket, that was like the dancing room.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
It was cool. When my friend Amy got married, she goes, "Hey, have you seen Hill House?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That's actually where we're getting married." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, it's actually a wedding venue." Like, that's so fucking cool. My tattoo artist this past year just got married at the fucking Shining Hotel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Overlook.
Nice. My parents went there without me, and I was so mad.
That's cruel.
Max, you haven't even seen the movie yet because people still like it.
I love that movie.
People still like it.
You've never seen it. Dude. You're waiting for
I love The Shining.
You're waiting for it not to be popular anymore.
I love The Shining. It's
my favorite. Max, you watched Hill House, but you haven't seen The Fall of the House of Usher
I haven't watched Hill House.
Oh, but Allie, have you seen The Fall of the House of Usher?
I tried watching it and I keep falling asleep.
Are you Joe?
Wait.
It's so good.
It's so good. The characters are so unlikable.
I know. It's like Succession. They're supposed to be unlikable, and then you watch them like.
House of Usher is a show?
Yeah, The Fall of the House of Usher. It's based on but it's based on all of Edgar Allan Poe's work.
It's a show.
It's a show. It's based on Edgar Allan Poe.
For some reason, I was thinking I was thinking that was a movie, but I'm thinking of something else. I'm definitely thinking of something else.
There was also that show that was like the Forgiven, the Forgotten. It's like something that was based on Edgar Allan Poe. As well, there was a series. It started with an F, and I can't remember what that is either.
The Fall of the House of Usher is so good.
See, that show starts with an F too.
It's better than Hill House.
Yeah, it does. You think it's better than Hill House?
Yeah, it's way better than Hill House.
You think it's scary? Is it scarier? It doesn't seem scary.
It's not that scary. It's pretty violent.
It's pretty violent. Good deaths.
Yeah, the death. Well, because all of the whole family dies. Like every episode, one of the family members dies, and like that tells you that at the very beginning. That's why the show's called The Fall of the House of Usher. So like,
everyone falls to the death.
Yeah, they're all punished. They're all punished for being stupid and like selfish. It's just like you see what they've done. You see all the selfish things they've done, and then you watch like all the horrific things that happen. Nobody falls. I think. I don't think. No, nobody falls. There's like.
That's unfortunate.
There's actually some pretty interesting deaths.
One thing in the first episode that I remember, and it's not like a spoiler or anything, but one of the guys he's like talking to the dude in the chair, and he says like, "This whiskey is worth more than like your salary," and then he like pours himself, and he's like, "Here, have some." What do you think that tastes like? What do you think whiskey that expensive tastes like?
Just the shit. Whiskey,
shit,
like
yeah.
Alcohol, I have to mix it with stuff like whiskey. I'll mix with like Coke or Diet Coke or whatever.
Yeah,
it's not good. You just drink it because like you feel good when you drink it. I don't understand drinking alcohol straight. I don't like it. Doesn't make sense because like nobody's like. It's always like nobody takes a shot and then goes. Everyone's just like, or they need a lime or they need something. I don't know. I never see people just.
I'm a bitch.
Me too.
Yeah, I need a mixer of some kind. I just want it to taste good.
Yeah, I drink like bitch drinks. Like my favorite is a Dirty Shirley Temple, like vanilla vodka and lime.
Oh, you're so good. Yeah,
so fucking good. Oh my god. But like that's like the cherries. You got like the alcohol cherries at the end. You're like, oh, it's so good.
When somebody comes to my bar and orders drinks, and they're like, "Oh, let me get a martini," I'm always like, martinis are like my least favorite drink to make just because I don't understand them. It's ice and alcohol, and you shake it, and then you strain the alcohol into the ice cold alcohol into the cup, the stem glass, and it's just cold alcohol, but it's straight alcohol. It's like a chilled shot. I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. But again, that's like rich people might have a different palate than I have. I don't know.
What about like, I feel like a lot of people order martinis that are like have a flavor to them. Does that make more sense to you?
Yeah, of course. Like when something tastes good, like fruity drinks, like beer. I love beer. Beer makes
Me
sense
too.
to me. Beer tastes delicious. Beer has its own taste. Like beer, there's different kinds of beers. There's fruit beers, IPAs. There's stouts that are like super thick. That makes sense. Like alcohol, like in general, just kind of all tastes like you're just like whoa. It's just a very like intense whoa. So like mixing it, why wouldn't you mix it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like you're free to like whatever you like. I just my basic understanding of why people like that doesn't compute. I'm just kind of like, huh? You want a shot of this? I can mix it for you, and you could like have that last for a couple minutes, or you just want to take it. Okay. And people will do that. Instead of like a $14 drink, they'll take a $40 shot. I'm like, okay.
$40 shot? What's a $40 shot?
$40 shots. I don't know, like Macallan gets pretty expensive. Like Whistle Pig's pretty expensive.
What'd you call it?
Blanton's gets pretty expensive. But those are like, that's whiskey and bourbon. There's like vodka. I mean, yeah, Whistle Pig. Whistle Pig's like a higher end. They're not like those are like super high. They're like upper mid tier.
Whistle? Can you hear that?
Yeah,
No, you can't.
When my aunt calls me for dinner when I used to visit as a kid, that was a whistle. That's a Whistle Pig.
I love that. A $40 shot. I mean, I don't think I'd ever spend $40 on a drink unless like that was going to be the only thing that I'm drinking the whole night. But I don't really drink liquor in general unless it's like everyone else is and I'm out and about. I'll just order like a bitch drink or a beer. I like beer. I like beer and I like red wine.
I've been drinking a lot of vodka sodas lately. I like vodka sodas. They're really simple, and I like the bubbles.
Well, you're still on that. We're still on the Defile G healthcare plan. So vodka sodas are the way to go if you wanna drink something that's non-calories.
I have not been on the Defile G weight loss plan. When we moved in, we didn't have a fridge. Like the apartment didn't come with a fridge, so we had to buy a fridge, but the electrical outlet to the fridge wasn't working. Like it was working, but like the like when you plug the fridge in, it would need more electricity than the outlet was willing to put out, so it would trigger it would just short the circuit. So we had to have somebody come out and like detach the safety switch that was like not allowing the electricity to come in. So we didn't have a fridge for like a week and a half. So we ate really bad for the week and a half, and I swear to God, for that week and a half, I gained all the weight back that I lost. It was like Mexican food all week. All week Mexican food. Donuts, candy, oh my God, Doritos.
Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
I was a fat piece of shit.
You're living your best life.
Not anymore. I mean, for the last like 4 days, I've just been like, brown rice, chicken, protein bars, coffee. Like I've been back to what I was, but I'm still like, I got a little leche in there. You know what I mean? It's got a little bounce. When I hit a bump in the car, I can feel myself jiggle. We're not there yet.
Body don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds, right?
Something like that.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm working on it though. We're trying. 2024. Trying to be less of a fat bastard.
Same here. I have like June. I'm just like, I want to hit my like goal by June. I'm like, like I got 6 months to do it. I'm like, you got this, Alice. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, but you're killing it. You're doing this like weird kickboxing, like Nazi camp, and they're just like, you're melting. Like
Nazi camp.
Yeah,
you're like all the places to put a Nazi.
Like, yeah, you put them in a boxing camp so they can. Yeah, so she can fight all of the races. I don't know what she does, but I don't know what they do there.
Dude,
I'm half Mexican.
Allie is one of the people in my life that if like she could beat me up and I would be very scared.
Yeah. I think I could beat both of you guys up, honestly. I'm tough. I played roller derby for 10 years. Like
there is no chance. I would Ray Rice you and you would leave the ground. You remember when Ray Rice hit that lady? Ray Rice punched the lady.
We're still talking about our favorite foods.
Ray Rice.
is a member of the Baltimore Ravens. He's a defensive player in the NFL a long time ago. He was in an elevator on camera, got mad, and punched this lady so hard in the stomach that she left the ground. I would do that to you, Allie, in a fight. If we fought, there's no way I would destroy you. This is what I'm trying to say.
I would like to preface this.
Yeah.
We are all friends, just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
one's-
Oh, yeah. Listen, I just need to be hit first. I will never hit anyone first. As long as I'm not hit, I'm fine. But if I get hit, I will, in pieces you will be. I'm not proud of it.
That's why I'm only ever going to give him a hug, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, I will never regress anybody. There's no reason to.
Would you accept Max's hug?
Yeah, his cold, weird hug. Yeah, where he's.
Yeah.
I'm going to hug you
good
like that
callback.
from now on.
Callback.
I'm just going
It
to
was
like...
the most uncomfortable description for a hug I've ever heard.
He looks so warm right now too. It's weird that he's hugging.
It's funny. It's funny because my internal body temperature is like slightly less hotter than the sun, and yet I'm always cold.
Oh, I hate that. You're one of those like hot people. Oh,
I wouldn't say I'm a hot person, but I am a slightly like warm person.
something's wrong with you people.
Yeah.
Always warm.
No,
It's like 32
I'm
degrees
always
outside,
cold.
and you're like, oh, it's a little chilly, and I'm like, a little chilly.
No, I'm always cold, but I'm a warm person on the inside.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always cold.
You're cold on the inside, defiled.
And on the outside. God, if only he knew. That cold shoulder
All
he
those
gave
triple
me
jokes,
last
they
night.
made my insides.
Half of my body is always sweaty, and half of my body is always cold.
That's so.
So,
gross.
like-
What's it like to be
so,
God's
like-
favorite, Allie?
That's
I know,
so
right?
unhygienic.
It's because the thing is I have all this hair, so like I get really sweaty, and then I actually sweat from my scalp, like it's a problem. So like I get really sweaty up top, but my legs are always freezing.
And then
See,
the grease from your
wait.
hair, it's a fire hazard.
Wait,
So
Defiled.
the song "Hot and Cold" is about me by Katy Perry.
Defiled. I wasn't the first one to make a bald joke. I just want to point that out.
I didn't make a pool joke.
But
Did
like,
I?
well, no, but like last night, me and Defiled were like, if you bring up my baldness, I just want to like make a
Oh,
statement.
dude, I'll leave.
like-
I'll leave. Say something. I'll cancel this right now. Could
To
you
be
imagine
fair.
if like all the jokes I tell, and, like one person tells a ball joke
Yeah.
and I just leave? I'm taking my ball and I'm leaving.
We're gonna find out your trigger and then just like taunt
what
you
a-
and torture you with it.
What a pussy that guy was. He made fun of everything ever, and we said one ball joke, and he just got mad.
To be fair, I have a very famous clip from this podcast where I think this
Did you
is
say the N word?
No, this was with Corn. I think I very like confidently said that bald people are just like eggs to me.
What the fuck, Max? Would you fucking egg? Because I'll be your egg.
You're already my egg.
I love you.
Oh,
You're
that's
my
so
egg.
nice.
Max, I want to scramble your
Feel-
eggs.
I feel third wheeled.
Allie, nobody
Mom,
wants your
it's
eggs.
okay. I was gonna make a joke like, hey, I was one of those eggs, but you know.
Yeah, you were until you broke the fallopian tube. Thanks, Max. Way to break the vacuum, dude. Now we gotta take it in.
Allie, I love you with my whole heart.
Listen, I'm just letting you guys flirt.
Yeah, sorry you're not the center of attention, Allie.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
No,
God
she'll
forbid.
make up for it in February
Way to
when
get
we
married
interview
and be
Crims.
dead to all other men.
It's okay.
Max is
She'll
fair
get
game. He's
she'll get
single.
me back in
He's
February when Did you say I'm fair game?
Yeah.
I have a
Allie's married,
girlfriend,
so she
dude.
might as- No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Who is
Big
this person?
surprise. Like
Lots of
This is
mental
the
illness
big
that she-
reveal.
Hold on, wait.
oh yeah,
Where
you're
is
the
she?
only
In chat?
person who doesn't know this.
Is she in chat?
Yeah. Or at
Yeah.
least she's
Is she really?
listening at least.
She's listening.
Yeah.
Hi,
Feel
Max's
yourself.
girlfriend. Dude, I'm so. What is it? What is? Can you write into the chat what Max's penis looks like? Can you write a description?
She hasn't seen it.
I listen. I
will
feel like
confirm
it tastes
that.
like orange pop rocks. Is that true or false? Can you please verify in chat?
Do you remember
What?
that band Pop Rocks commercial where the girl like blows her teacher, but she
takes-
uses the Pop Rocks instead?
Yeah.
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 I remember that.
He's like,
I
He's
do.
like, it feels like 4th of
I
July on
remember
my
that.
penis.
Yeah. I remember that. Sorry, continue. I'm weird.
Tell me about your girlfriend. Tell me about your
No,
girlfriend. Does she have a
not
beard?
here.
Well, who is she?
I will not talk about her
Beard.
here.
Does she have a beard? What color hair?
So anyway, moving on.
God damn it, Max.
Allie,
I can't.
What'd you say?
Allie, you want to?
I'm just trying to be happy for you, Max.
You want to get to the next topic, whatever it is.
What I was gonna say. Do you have a? Let's talk about. Do you have a girlfriend, Defiled?
I had a girlfriend. She died.
Oh, okay.
It turns out. Be careful
Just like my
what
dad.
you wish for. Be careful what you wish for.
That's a
everyone.
shot, guys.
He's
Drink
dead.
everyone. I mentioned my dead dad. This is what's okay. So from now on, every single time we do this podcast, if I mention my dead dad, everyone has to.
We need a
drink.
bingo card for this podcast where every episode, like, Max makes, like, a weird joke that no one understands. Allie mentions her dead dad. And then, like,
It's like
Max
Max is
dies
wholesome.
of laughter. Max dies of laughter, you know, like.
What I feel so. You asked what your favorite horror movie was of last year. What were your favorite horror games of last year?
Ah, shit.
Ooh.
Because I have a couple in mind.
What came? A lot of games came out last year that I couldn't play because I don't have a PC. I just play on my PlayStation. I don't know how I do it, but like I stream just straight from my PlayStation. I don't know.
Mhm. A lot of people do that.
So I want to play Lethal Company and I want to play Sons of the Forest, but I haven't been able to play them. Or Outlast Trials. I know Outlast Trials is coming to console, but
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know. I really want to play all those games and I can't because I just have a PlayStation, and it's not like because I don't know. I just haven't gone around to buying one because it sounds like a big pain in the ass to like have to build it, and like I don't know. I'll probably just hire somebody to build it. I've just been like so enthralled and engulfed in this stupid move that I haven't really gotten to play anything. I haven't really played games in the last like couple months, but I played Dead Island 2. That was okay. What else did I play this year? I don't know. You have to like refresh my memory. What came out this last year? I know a lot. Like
Not a
not
lot of good
horror.
horror.
yeah,
Not
no.
a lot of
Like
good
I think
horror.
it was like Mario and like Jedi games, and then
Liza P
Yeah.
came out last
Harry
year.
Potter
That's
came out.
creepy.
Liza P was so good.
Bramble
Yeah.
the Mountain King came out last year.
That is true. Bramble did come out last year.
A lot of games in the indie horror scene got released last year, which was good. Like My Friendly Neighborhood was my favorite game from last year.
My Friendly Neighborhood was a.
It's
Oh
like
wait, is that like Hello Neighbor or something like that? That horror game.
no. It's
Sesame Street.
It's Sesame Street with puppets that want to hug you to death. And you get a
Max
gun.
wants to
Fuck,
hug
that sounds
people
like
to death.
that's the most pedo game I've ever heard in my life.
Max loves it.
What? There's no way you're serious. You're serious?
Yeah, it was my favorite game.
I'm
of
not
last
in on
year.
this joke. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
accept that.
he's being serious.
No,
He
I
loves
I
it.
have 7 playthroughs of that game. I'm not kidding.
Do you have to play it on stream?
I have.
He
I
did.
literally did. I played it in one stream last year. That was the game I came back from my hiatus on.
That's crazy. Where do you even hear about these games? Like you're talking
I'm
about
just
like
in
indie
the
games, right? I'm
community.
assuming.
I'm in the mascot horror community, so you know I'm there. I know about these games.
Max, I don't know how you made it through high school, but I'm proud of you and I love you.
I didn't. I
Whatever
almost
whatever
died
you like,
several times.
whatever you like is fine. It's fine.
Listen, if I don't
But
like
that
it,
is
no
the
one
most
else will.
Odd thing. That's the most odd thing I've ever heard.
And
You get
I'm an
hugged to
odd
death by
person,
puppets?
and yet you love me. So
Of course I love you.
You know.
Chat wants to know if you guys have played Don't Scream last year.
No, and I'm not going
I've never even
to.
heard that.
Don't Scream is a game where you're kind of like in the woods, like Blair Witch style, and you have like body cam, and there's like things that pop out and whatnot. And if you scream, because it's like a voice motion thing, if you scream, then the game starts over again. So you have to survive 18 minutes without screaming.
That's actually sounds really dope.
So
Innovative.
I thought when I was really excited for it because I'm like, oh, that's like right up my alley, right? Like a scream challenge. And I didn't find the game scary at all. I played it a whole bunch of times. But the last time I played it, it was like, oh, I have some time for ending stream. Let's do a round of Don't Scream. A fucking moose came at me. And I screamed, and I was the only scream I've ever had with Don't Scream was a fucking moose. And I was
They're
so
the
upset.
the second most aggressive animal on the planet.
What's the first?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Defiled
Bear?
is the first.
Yeah.
I'm not aggressive.
Yes,
There's
you
no
are.
way I'm not aggressive. Allie was talking about beating me up. I had to defend myself.
Yeah, and then you said that you would beat her up first, you know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. She brought it up. I've never brought up beating up anybody.
I was just saying I probably could take you both in a fight. That's all I was saying. I
You
don't
would
want to
win
beat
because
anybody up.
You'd win because
No.
I wouldn't try. Like, I'm not gonna beat up my friends. That's fucking...
You would lay on the ground and be like, I give up.
Yeah. I'd walk away in tears because I'm like, I don't want to fight my friends.
It's the middle of a fight and Max is bumming everybody out. Look at him just laying on the ground over there. God damn it.
Laying on the ground, just soaked in tears, like tears coming out of my eyes, just a puddle.
I actually have 2 games of last year that I thought were my favorites. Well, I thought are my favorites. Not that I thought. I know are my favorites from last year. The Resident Evil 4 remake was amazing. And there was a short Chilla game that came out called Night Security that I thought was one of the scariest fucking games I've ever played. And all you do is you're a night security guy and you go to floor and you turn off the bathroom lights and you clean up, and that's all you do. But then they're like this horrible like ghost monster looking thing, and it's really frightening. There's a lot of just quick jump scares, and I live for that shit. I love it. Anything that really like jumps at me, I'm into that. So that was a really good game. Korn recommended that to me, and I loved it. It's so good. So it's short. If anyone hasn't played Night Security, I think that's the scariest Chilla Arts game for sure.
Scariest game that I've ever played is called Child Support, and your paycheck after taxes, and it just shows you like a guy working and then his paycheck after taxes, the amount of hours, the gross pay, or the net pay, and then the actual take-home pay, and then it's like $400 less after taxes, and then that's the scary. It's
Allie, we
it'll
have a
make you actually
redemption.
want to take your own life.
Oh,
Defile, do you have your cat with you?
Yeah, on my lap.
Can I get you to like really quickly like join us in what we call the podcast hug, where we just hug?
I got one hand free. You better not be fucking cold and weird. Don't hug me to death like your weird puppet game either.
I get.
See, he's licking the invisible wall too. See, it's not just you, Allie.
Invisible wall. I forgot about that.
I didn't.
I forgot about that. Oh my god, that's gonna become a fucking clip.
Oh yeah, it is.
It was.
I'm just gonna put a piece of
nightmare
glass.
before.
I'm gonna put a piece of glass with a tongue on it for the fucking starting soon screen.
I was gonna say I was gonna be on the starting screen. It was about the Land Before Time. He was licking the wall. That was
And I'm gonna clip it out of
sad.
out of context and use it as an emote.
Of course.
I'm just gonna have it, like the little like dance that you do.
I was swimming.
Yeah, swimming
my
hard.
Swimming hard. Just gotta swim hard, right? I don't remember.
I'm doing that right now.
Said. Doing that. Is you swimming? Oh,
Just
so
gotta swim a
good.
little hard, and and my podcast or my channel trailer is just me going like, yeah, I'm doing that right now because I was in pain.
I want to file to see your channel trailer. You should like send it to him or something
I
because
should.
it is so funny.
It is.
I'll watch it when this
Ma-
is done.
Max made it himself, and it's just like it's wholesome sus.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's so good. It's really adorable. I'm
I
just
feel
like,
like-
oh, and he's like, I worked really hard on it. And I'm like, oh, my
I
son.
feel like wholesomeness is has the same effect on me as like water on the Wicked Witch of the West. It just like burns me. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, like what do you feel that way about like someone giving you a hug or showing affection? Are you like get away from me,
No.
slime?
I just feel like everything should have a little bit of sus to it, or I'm just like,
Yeah,
how
that's
do I
me.
insert my?
It does a dash of sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Like just like I don't know, just like Magic School Bus, but she was an old she used to be a prison guard, so she says weird shit on the bus, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So something like that. Like she's doing a wholesome thing, but she's got a weird background, if you might say.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I think that I think that a little sus here or there just, makes things a little more funny.
Mhm.
An exaggeration of like something or whatever. That's funny. It's just when like Max plays games and says something sussy, it'll be like in the most like monotone, like, I want to be pinned down when I want to be pinned down. Like it's just very just like
Skittles
one
just
note.
taste better at 95 miles an hour.
Yeah, like just it's just it makes me laugh, and I love it so much.
Yeah, because that's just mushy streamer brain like acting up, you know.
Mushy streamer brain. Do you miss mushy streamer brain defiled?
No,
His brain is always
I do not.
mushy. That's not
because
fair.
I like sometimes I run out of shit to say when I'm streaming, and I'm like, oh, that's when I get to end it. And I'm like, boop, and I just leave. Because I can't because my streams are just like joke after joke after joke after joke after like talking to people after like I don't know, like my social battery kind of goes down and then I get quiet and then everybody's like, oh, and I'm like, nope, time to go, because I don't want to look like the weird quiet guy, so I'm just like, nah, this is just when my social battery, like I gotta recharge it.
People don't realize that like streaming takes a lot out of you. Like
It's rough.
I very much I'm authentic me on stream as in real life, but you're always like amped up a little bit because you're trying to talk to Chad, you're trying to be entertaining at the end of the day. But I gotta say, when I press stop streaming, it's like it's like a full, like just like the color comes back, you know what I mean? Like you just feel the rush of like it's over, I can relax, like I need to go now on the couch and decompress, like you just need that time.
You get sweaty, you get hot, you get like it'll be like super cold everywhere else, but for some reason you're like sweaty and like gross, and I'm just like, why the fuck? I don't know. Streaming does weird stuff. Like it's fun to do. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy interacting with people and like the community and everything. It's just it's a lot of work. Like I don't know. So when someone's like, "Oh, you're just playing video games," I'm just like, "Yeah, but like I'm talking to people. I'm trying to tell jokes. I'm trying to like be witty. I'm trying to like keep people here."
You're on constantly. You don't have like an off period. You know, and that's hard. It's hard to do. Like I give it up to these like streamers who do it every single day for hours and hours at a time.
No way. Like people are like, I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream. I'm like, that sounds miserable.
I did that last year.
Miserable.
It was great.
I got 3 hours in me, maybe.
Thank you.
I have 2 to 3 hours in me, and that's it.
It's hard. It's very hard. Whenever I do a long stream, I enjoy a 12-hour stream because I can do something like the Quarry or like a dark picture game, and I can do it the whole time with a friend and be entertained. But I always start off my stream by like eating. I will be like, let's just have lunch, and then 2 hours passes, and now 2 hours down, and now I have 10 hours to go.
That's not a bad idea.
So like I start off with just chatting. I have some lunch, some pizza or like a foot long or something like that, and like that kills 2 hours. And that in that time, like people are coming in, you're really having like a nice conversation, and then you can get into your 10-hour game. And if you're playing a game with your friends, it passes like this. It really does.
Yeah.
24 hours was really hard. I got to 16 hours, and then I did sleeping. So you do like you put like your channel as like I'm only sleeping.
Oh, you
So then
sleep on, okay.
So I slept on stream for about 4 hours tops, and then I woke up literally in my pajamas, sat back down, and I'm like, all right, we had like 5 hours to go. I'm like, let's play Bramble Mountain King, and played Bramble and rated out. And I'm like, oh man. And I was like, how could I possibly sleep on stream? And you do. You're wiped. You fall asleep. You do.
People watching me sleep would make me, I don't know.
Yeah.
They couldn't see me.
I guess it
they
would be
couldn't
that big
see
of a
me.
deal.
They couldn't see me, especially now because I have the loft bed, but you couldn't see me back then either. And I put like my Chucky doll here, and I just put like Ali G is sleeping, like a sign. So people would know that I was
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. It
I
was
love
like
that people will
celebration.
stay while you sleep too, which is rad.
So many stay. It's insane. But that was something that I won't do for a very long time because it was really hard to do. But I'm glad I did it. It was like a milestone I wanted to achieve. I feel like every streamer at one point, if you want to do this for the long term, have a 24-hour. Even take lots of breaks, lots of water. Who cares? Sleep multiple times. Like just
sleep the whole stream.
Yeah. Sleep. You know what?
People
24 hours
literally
sleep.
do that. They just turn on OBS and just sleep, and
they just sleep.
That's just being I'm only sleeping streamer.
Now, Defiled, can we expect a comeback from you at all?
Oh yeah, no, I'm like, now that I'm like centered in and I have my own studio and stuff like that, like, or office, whatever you want to call it. Closet is closet yesterday.
I didn't bring it up.
It's a 8x8 closet, so I turned it into
You're
a studio.
still calling it a closet, so
yeah, it's like,
you and Corn both stream from the closet now.
Dude, but it's like an 8x8, and I'm like, dude, that's so much room. Like, there's no way we're gonna put anything in here when I can just turn it into a room and like just kind of occupy it myself. Now we have like a 3-bedroom apartment instead of a 2-bedroom.
And you got your own streaming room, which is fucking cool. So I expect more streams in 2024 from you.
Well, yeah, now I don't have an excuse because I'm not in the kitchen streaming where I was before.
So where can people find you?
So I have a podcast on Spotify and Apple. It's just defiledentrails. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. I talk about everything. I usually try to take things from pop culture, make a list of things I want to talk about, and then we go through them. It's usually like the Epstein list that was just released, or like the NFL playoffs that are going on, or things in comedy in general, or just like talk about me moving, podcast stuff.
Me and Ali have both been on your podcast.
Yeah. That's when you
I've had you guys both on there, and I called Ali a whale a bunch of times because I want to get. I'm trying to keep her honest about her weight loss and her journey and the what kickboxing, is that the gym they're at?
It's funny.
It's just boxing.
Boxing.
She's
boxing. It's not just me fat shaming my friend. It's like she's clearly on a journey, and I'm just trying to help facilitate that journey by calling her a fat piece of shit every now and again, so that she stays honest and she stays on top of it.
I don't want to start slipping, you know what I mean? So you just, make sure my self-esteem goes a little lower at some point.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, she got tired of walking in the door sideways. So I'm like, you know what you got to do there? Join a boxing gym. So she did. Fat shaming always helps. That's all I'm trying to say. It helps. It does. You're improving someone's life. Now they can live longer. We can only sustain the Taco Bell diet for so long.
Listen, a little shame. I appreciate a little shame.
Don't you miss solid shits? You miss solid shits. All you got to do is eat better, and your poop will just now be like a compacted thing instead of like loose water.
More fiber.
It's
More
not
fiber.
Good. Your poop should not like come out like mud. It shouldn't you shouldn't be wiping the back of your leg. That's all I'm saying. It should just be poop.
I've got solid poops. I've got good poops. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all we want.
Yeah.
This is the first podcast of the year, and we're ending it with shit. We're literally ending with shit.
You have to. You want to
a piece of shit, so.
I am a piece of shit. I am. Self-proclaimed piece of shit. But I have good intentions. Obviously, intentions don't matter. It's what you do, but they count for something.
Anything else you want to say before we go?
I just appreciate this. I appreciate that you guys had me on here. I've had a lot of fun. I think it's pretty it was pretty fluid. I liked it. Not gender
Yeah,
fluid,
well,
but it was pretty fluid.
we don't really prepare. We just like to have a conversation. So thanks for playing
Yeah,
playing
no.
along with us.
No, it was awesome. I appreciate you guys. Max, thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
Thank you
This
for
has
watching.
been a freaking blast.
Yeah.
We've been meaning to do this for a while.
Max,
You
you
could
you
also-
just woke up. You were asleep for the last 15 minutes, Max. Don't act like you had fun.
I was looking for someone to raid.
I know, I'm just kidding.
You could also find this podcast on Spotify
And
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, that's right. You
YouTube.
guys are on Spotify too.
Yeah, so we'll definitely look out for those links if you want to rewatch the podcast or listen to it.
Real quickly, let me
Oh yeah, I love
throw that up.
rewatching myself on things.
Yeah,
That
I hate watching myself. It's the voice. I can't stand the accent.
I can't listen. Like I can listen to like streams to kind of pick out clips, but I cannot listen to my podcast. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like the sound of my voice. I'm like, ooh.
I can't stand the sound of my voice.
Watching the podcast back is hard for me.
Yeah, it's hard. I think if you enjoy watching yourself, you have issues.
Yeah.
It's more narcissism, or maybe just good self-esteem. What's
Yeah.
that? I don't know what
Imagine.
that is. Imagine self-esteem. Who are we rating out to?
I have two people I want to raid, but they're both at 4 hours.
They're both F4. Who are you thinking about?
Either Elvin Gore or Zoozle Badoozle.
Elvin Gore or Zoozle?
I'm not sure if
Elvin Gore.
Like, I'm not sure if she's ending or not.
Okay, then raid Zoozle Badoozle.
That's true. But she's playing a game I don't want to be spoiled, so I won't be there long.
Okay.
So I'm
What
gonna
is
go
she playing?
Omori.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
It's apparently a really good horror game.
Nice. And Zoozle is a fellow CEOs of Screams member.
And she's the person that got me to affiliate, so I wouldn't be here without her. So let's go show her some love. With that being said,
also Max. Yesterday I was on Kim's stream, and I was like, "Can you please tell Max?"
I saw. I was lurking there.
I want him to cry. I'm like, I want him to cry. I want him, please. And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that." I'm like, "Oh, Kim's being sassy today."
I saw. I was watching the chat. I saw you post those messages.
I tried, dude. I really did. I was like, just tell him you're mad at him so he cries. I just want to see him cry. I can bottle up the tears and put them on my dinner later. It'll taste good. It's nutrition for me. That's how I lose weight.
I'll also be live tonight at 7 p.m. playing Baldur's Gate.
So. And I will be.
Is it Baldur's Gate?
I will be.
I play every Saturday. I meet Sailor Moon.
I will be playing Resident Evil Revelations with Virgo later tonight.
Nice.
I'll be on OnlyFans playing on my penis later.
All right, we're ending now. Goodbye.